Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? We got Christina in the building. What's going on, Christina? How you doing today? Christina Rodriguez.
Everything's going good. How are you, Chris?
I'm great. I'm great. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I guess it was already selected as an intro, so I just had to hurry up and click out of it. But
We're good. Love it. Love it.
thank you, thank you. Yeah, so I want to start this interview off with letting everybody know who you are, what you do, and where you're from. We'll start it off like that, like the radios do. That's how I always started off.
All right, let's do this. Um, so I'm Christina Rodriguez. Some of y'all may know me from my podcast days. Twisted Sea Speaks podcast. Talked about a wide range of hot topics. Also did a lot of interviews. Got to know people. That podcast is still here to this day. Also, as well, I'm also a makeup influencer, also an advisor. Um, I sell makeup, skincare, wellness products, the whole enchilada, the whole works. I do a lot of media, do promotions and stuff, also work in a healthcare setting. And I do many other things on top of that. The list goes on and on. So,
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, that's amazing. All right, so what I do want to ask you is, so what was your first thing that you actually got into, and what inspired you to get into it?
so to be honest, the first thing that I first got into was actually media, social media marketing, which is crazy, absolutely crazy. So back in 2023, I had one of my videos. It went viral, right? It went viral, and I got message from a lot of Facebook groups. I got a lot of people messaging me, and they were like, "Hey, working on this project. Do you want to hop on this?" And I'm like, "I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know anything about any of this. How can I be of help to you?" And they're like, "Well, we see the potential in you, and we know you got this. We know you can do this. It's a learn as you go, learn as you grow type of opportunity." So I joined a couple of groups. There was quite a few. We did a lot of collaborations, and it was globally. So upon doing that, you grow your pages authentically and naturally, and you collab with people from all over the world from different niches, kind of like what Chris, the owner of Worldwide Collaboration, does here with his movement. So yes, it was a lot of groups, but together it was a whole movement of working together. So as we're collabing with each other, working on projects, we're adding other people in. They're adding us into their projects, and you're just keeping it going. And so it was a lot of projects. I had a prior podcast prior to this one I have now as well, that did exceptionally well. We spread nothing but love across the community. We helped build others up. We helped empower others. We talked about hot topics and stuff. We donated back to the community, to give back thanks and all of that. So there was a lot of work that was being done. So doing the media promotions, working together on projects, getting everybody, established out there and stuff. I will say that was a big hitter for me. That's what took off for me back in 2023. Um, I was already known, locally by quite a few people, working in healthcare. Got it to where, a lot of people did know me. I did work for quite a few buildings and stuff like that. Did a couple of things on the side. So I was already like known before then, but I didn't have the global, known. I didn't have that going on. So that really introduced me into a whole nother world, that I wasn't even sure I was ready for. It was a lot at first, but in doing that, I kind of was able to, eventually meet you, Chris. So like I'm absolutely thankful for that too. But that's what really started it off was, one video going viral. So what I have for y'all out there is all it takes is one video to go viral, and you got yourself set. You know what I mean? You have yourself set for life. You have yourself established. make that video count, is what I have to say. In that video, people saw somebody who was fun, relaxed, being themselves, being authentic, genuine. And that couldn't speak more true to this day as well.
Yeah, that's very powerful. Definitely, definitely. Everyone, please give it up for Christina. Thank you, truly
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Yeah, you're welcome. So, anyways, let's go all the way back. So, do you remember how old you were when you actually made the first video for your
Oh,
content?
well, if you want to get technical, I made a video. I just saw this the other day. It came across my timeline. I made a video back when I was in middle school on YouTube. And I'll never forget when I got in trouble for this video. But the video, it's still there to this day. But I feel like I was starting that in my younger days. I didn't know that that's what I would eventually be kind of doing. I never knew that. I was the one that grew up and said, "Hey, I'm going to be an RN. I'm going to be a nurse," and
Mhm.
knew that from first grade. And so in middle school, when I start getting into media, kind of really wanting to play around with things and stuff like that, it really interested me. But my mind was still in healthcare. Now, fast forward to 2023, when that video went viral. Um, since then, it's been deleted for reasons, but when that video went viral and stuff, I was probably what is it? I was probably 28, 27 or 28 when that happened. So that was probably the age, 27 or 28. Don't quote me, but it's one of those. When that video really took off, and I really, really got noticed.
That's amazing. Definitely, definitely. So, did you end up like regretting that you did the video because you said you had to delete it?
No, I will not ever regret a video that I posted. Sometimes those are you live in life moments, those are emotion moments. They might be your best and your worst, but it's like me saying, "Hey, I'm authentic, I'm real, I'm genuine. Take me as I am, or don't take me at all." It's since had been deleted, just for other reasons and stuff like that. I was really filtering out the page, really moving, stuff around.
Mhm.
Like Facebook likes to delete your live videos after what, 30 days, unless you hold on to it, save it. That's how
Yes.
I felt about cleaning up my page. That every so many years I wanted to take some stuff off and just keep filtering it out and stuff like that, because it's not that I forgot about it. It's still currently on my TikTok page. It's still on there. TikTok will hold on to all of those reels for me. But it's just saying, as we grow, as we mature, we do adjust ourselves. We adjust ourselves to how we want to be perceived, whether, like, we're talking business here today. In the business world, you don't want to be perceived as somebody who just cuts up too much and doesn't work enough. You don't want to be somebody who works too much and doesn't cut up enough. And so I think just filtering out that page, it really gives it more of that fun look, but still kind of professional. And that's what you try to strive for and aim for, especially when you get into that business era. So it's not saying I regret any of that. It's not saying I wouldn't still show people. That video can still come up this year as part of a recap, as part of me showing y'all where it all started. Don't worry, it can still pop up. But is it going to be whole widely public again like it was? Probably not, because we've grown and matured since then. And even though I'm grateful for it helping me go viral and stuff, and people getting to see a different side of me that they didn't see in my work life or anywhere else, um, I just wouldn't publicly distribute it like crazy. Like back then, you have to understand I was in my 20s back then. Still younger than I am now. Right now, I'm currently at 32, I believe. Forget my age sometimes. Currently at 32, so we've matured in some of those years or whatever. So
Yeah, no, I definitely completely understand that. Yeah, I'm right there with you too. I can't always remember my age as well. I mean, it's because all the different stuff we try to juggle around and different things that we do and stuff like that. So, what was the first company that you got involved with?
Oh, I like this one. So the first company I got involved with was Celeste. That was the first beauty company that I really got involved with. Really taught me quite a bit. Taught me the dynamics of selling, of products, of being a customer. I got to learn it all. Going into that business in what 2023, I believe it was. I think it was that same year. I had a good sponsor at that time and stuff like that. And I had, a lot of growth and all of that. So I was learning. It was challenging me and stuff. So that was the first company that really taught me and really opened up my eyes to a whole different world that you can be a part of. Not just, somebody who is an influencer for the world or who does talks for the world and stuff like that. It really showed me the not just the beauty skincare side of it and stuff, but it actually showed me the dynamics of what collaboration could be like. The hardships, the
Yes.
good times, the bad times, and all of that stuff. What it meant to really work for what you had or what you got.
Oh yeah, just give me one more second. I'll be right back here in a second.
So I hope y'all guys are enjoying the live today while Chris takes a little mini second. We wanted to come on here and definitely talk business talk with y'all because there's a lot of things that y'all really need to learn or come to know about business. It's not all about making money. It's not all about selling products. Honestly, the thing about it is it's all about the collaboration. It starts from the bottom and it keeps going to the top. It's not about you just rising by yourself. It's about you rising together as one, as a unit, as in unison and stuff. Hey, welcome back, Chris.
Thank you, thank you. I'm sorry about that. I am back. Yeah, so yeah, that's definitely amazing. I do want to get into some of these products and stuff like that, if you don't mind. So, with the first company, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but go ahead and tell us like what are some of the first products that you actually started dealing with.
Okay, so some of the first products with the first company that I really started dealing with, I think I got attached to the makeup line first. I think it was the makeup line. Since then, I've grown from knowing it's not all about makeup and it's actually skincare as I currently work for Beauty Society. So, shout out to Beauty Society out there. But at Celeste, I got attracted to their makeup. The makeup, I was somebody before who was doing a lot of makeup hacks, a lot of makeup routines, making fun videos and stuff. So I really enjoyed the entertainment side of it. So when I got to see their selection, I really go for lip products a lot. I go for eye products and mascaras more than anything. Those are my makeup stuff that I really go for. Those are things I really truly value because it pops out areas on your face that when people are normally talking to you, that's where they're looking at, right? And so I would have to say their makeup line is what attracted me. Particularly their one of their mascaras, the Wonder Lash mascara, and then the lip products. It was a lip gloss because it was popping. And then when it came to the other eye stuff, it was the eyeshadows. So I really got to experiment with different makeup and stuff. So the makeup line would have had to been the one thing that caught my eye and really attracted me to what more I could do, what more I could show people.
Okay, so out of the makeup for that company, what was your favorite out of all of them?
I will say it would have to be the Wonder Lash mascara. That mascara ate like no other. So I'd have to say that has always been one of my favorites. If I leave my place and go out and about, that would be and I'm only allowed to take one product. The Wonder Lash mascara from that company would be the one product I would take with me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's great. Definitely.
Yeah,
Awesome.
definitely maximizes volume and everything. Gives you everything you need to know. And that's mascara wise. You know, I don't really use much mascara nowadays, but back then, that was something to me. To have your eyes pop, I would have given anything to have that. And now I don't have to have mascara. I use a lash influencer serum here at Beauty Society, so that's a plus.
Awesome. Awesome. So, what are some of the other companies that you work with as well?
Okay, so Beauty Society. That's one of the companies that I'm currently at. Yay, we just celebrated my 1 year anniversary yesterday. So
Congratulations.
shout out to Beauty
Yeah,
Society.
that's
Thank y'all so
amazing.
much. They definitely really honored me yesterday. I absolutely loved it. Um, yeah, so Beauty Society, the products that attracted me there was the skincare, the amazing skincare. There was such a huge wide range selection. You had a skincare quiz. Immediately, I took the quiz, got the results. My sponsor, shout out to Jennifer Velasquez. Shout out to her. She really got me fitted with the right products I would need and could carry on, and then the rest was exploring. So the skincare caught my eye. It stuck to me. I felt personally it instantly worked. I could instantly see results, and that's something I was lacking in seeing before. Not in huge before, because I've used some skincare before and it works. But it's just like when you test out every product and it's working like that. What? It's crazy. So the skincare caught my eye at Beauty Society, but also the wellness products I have come to fall in love with too. I have been on my wellness journey for about I went back to it for about a year. I got really really sick before, and I needed to go back to that wellness journey because I realize that's what keeps me currently healthy. And when I get off of that, I do start to feel a lot weaker, a lot sicker, and I do go through a lot more. So, and some people don't know that, but in case you didn't know, that's what happens. So it's critical. I follow that wellness journey and really stick to what I got laid out. So I will definitely say, skincare caught my eye, Beauty Society, but skincare, wellness, and makeup keep me here. All of the above, and the message they send behind their name.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, so what is one of the most important um what's it called? I'm trying to think of the word. One of the most important things you have learned over the years to do with business.
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know why I want to cry because that is such a good question. Um, I will tell you the one thing I learned was to always keep being you. Always keep being you. Always keep empowering people. Always keep building people up, not breaking them down, not degrading them. You can do the most in life if you set your mind to it and if you be nice to people. Just be a nicer person. In business one-on-one, this is a good tip for you. um, you have people in your corner, you have people respect you more when you're a lot nicer. You can be assertive, but you can be direct assertive, just be a little bit politer about it. There's a way to get things across to people. When you do business with people, you want to send that message of, hey, I can walk up to this person, have a conversation, tell them something personal, and it's going to stay here. We're going to talk it out. And I'm going to get a problem solved. That was my big thing too, is getting problems solved. You learn a lot of that in business. It's your attitude, your character. It says everything you need to know. Uh, I always tell people, before you have your title, I could snatch your title right off of you. And what are you? Who are you as a person? And if you have nothing good to say about yourself, that's not good. That's not good at all. And that's business one-on-one for you. So definitely make sure without that title, you are somebody. Um, and you are nice. You're a genuine person. You're authentic. We all have our crash outs every now and then. I will tell you, I am one of those people. But at the end of the day, it's all about respecting other people, respecting their boundaries, talking to people right, um, just being just being empowering, literally.
Yeah, that's powerful. That's really powerful. Yeah, that's the truth. That's how I was brought up too as well when I was young. My parents always taught me to be respectful and stuff like that, and so I've always had manners and stuff, and that's one of the most important things is to respect everybody and also, appreciate everything too as well. You know what I mean?
Well,
But
and
that's
Chris,
so powerful. Definitely love the message.
To add to that too, sorry for interrupting, but
No, you're good.
to add to that too, like when I grew up, I did not want to do or say too much. You know what I mean? I know my parents would have put me in my place. They would not have allowed it at all. That goes from my mom to my father to my family, you know, not just my immediate family, but you know the distant family and all of that. They wouldn't have allowed it. And so I try to remember that concept nowadays. Yes, I am a little bit more out on it and stuff like that. Yes, people are like, some people are probably like, oh, she's rude or she thinks she's all that or this and that. No, a lot of times when I talk, I speak from, you know, experience or stuff like that. You know, I want you to listen. I want you to get it because I don't want you to make the same mistakes I did. But I also try
Mhm.
to remember too, in some instances, when I say or do something, would my parents be proud of that? You know, and I've messed up my entire life. I still mess up to this day. Ain't nothing I've done have I not ever messed up. Mess up at least one time a year, right? But I always try to remember too, in some heated moments or in some certain moments, would my parents like if I said or did this or that? If it ever got back to them, could they still say they were proud of me? Could they be accepting of it? You know, and I try to remember that, you know, and I'll still tell people, I'll joke around and I'll laugh about it. But on a serious note, you know, to this day, like those are people I don't mess with as my parents. You know what I mean? Like, and I learned that. And if you have not learned that yet, for any young viewers out there, or for anybody who's an adult, if you have not learned that, um, always, always, always try to think in those moments. You know, could your family be proud of what you did or said? Are you spreading the right things around and stuff like that? You know, I will say I have grown because at a younger age I was chaotic and all over the place. I felt like I wasn't at my best era. I don't think I was a good person at all. I said yesterday too on my live, I said, you know, sometimes when people say, hey, do you remember me? And I'm like, well, I may or may not remember them, but I'm like, no, I don't. But was I nice to you? Sometimes that's the first thing I ask them. Was I nice to you back then? Because if not, yes, I owe you an apology, right? Because that's not your fault. I was going through what I went through. You know what I mean? It's not your fault. I was mean to you. I was rude to you. That's me taking accountability and stuff. So sometimes when people meet me and I don't remember them or recognize them because a lot of years have passed, I do ask them. I'm like, was I nice to you? Because if I wasn't, you deserve an apology. And they're like, no, you were fine. And I'm like, oh, thank God, you met me in such a good era, you know? So, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, no, I definitely get it. Yeah, I've been there and stuff like that too as well. And when we're younger, we can't really um sometimes like we're not completely mature and stuff, so we got to learn our mistakes and stuff and be able to grow from that as well. And yeah, I wanted to talk about some more business stuff. Now let me try to think of something here. So would one of the most important things, what's the first thing you think somebody should do with the business?
Ooh, that's a good question because you want to hear something funny. When I did start back at Celesti, I literally started from the ground, the ground up. So I dropped down. This number is gonna kill y'all right now. Okay, so y'all relax. Sit down. Sit down when you hear this number. So I threw down $4,000+ right? When I first started at that company, because obviously you have to invest time and money into yourself, right? Because if you don't do that, who else is going to do that for you, right? Nobody. If you think family and friends are going to support you the most, they're just not. It's going to be strangers. So I threw down about 4,000 plus or whatever, started the business from the ground up. And it was such a good opportunity because I invested in samples to start out with. You need that for your customers. I invested for quite a few products for myself so I could try them out. I also invested for enough to have to be able to sell locally, which I was selling really good locally. And then I was also investing in enough so I could do in-home parties, which I did. I did one, and it was fun. It was so fun. I loved it. So I will say that when you start your business from the ground up, you have to be able to throw some sort of money down. I'm not saying throw down 4,000 plus like I did. That was a chance I took, but you know what? I got all that money back. Take a chance on yourself. Take a chance on yourself. Believe in yourself. Manifest that, claim that, and it will happen. It will. And so, with that being said, I invested all that money and time in myself and got to see the fruits of my labor. So, when you're doing it from the ground up, you're going to have to invest some sort of money in yourself, whether right now it's $1 to join somewhere, or it's $19 to join somewhere, or whatever it may be, or it's free, but you need to buy some products, use a coupon. It does not matter. You're going to have to invest some sort of money and time into yourself if you want to do something. Not only that, second, a goal. Set yourself a short-term goal, set yourself a long-term goal. The reason for a short-term goal is you want to be able to hit stuff throughout the year, and not be disappointing yourself because you got this one long-term goal and you're waiting until the end of the year to see if you got it, you know? So set yourself short-term and long-term goals. Also too, one thing I learned back at Celesti, which it really was amazing, was I remember for our leadership, they had us write a letter to ourselves from a year from now, where we wanted to be, how much we wanted to be making, and all of that good stuff. Our small goals, big goals. Wrote a letter, hang on to it, put it somewhere, go look back at it in a year and compare. And if you made it there, you set the goal a little bit higher. If you didn't make it there, you did whatever you needed to do to adjust that. So I've used that similar concept at the end of last year. I did the same thing. I look back on my year here at Beauty Society and I told myself I got further than where I was when I started in February. So now, now that I'm coming up on my year, we're going to go another year and I'm going to get even further. I'm going to set more small goals and I'm going to set more long-term goals too. And I just kept that same concept going, and that's how you keep growing. So that's another thing people can do when they're first starting out their business as well. Not only that, I will say if you are doing business, you should have an online profile set to public. The reason for this is because you're going to meet people from all over the world. There's no way your family and friends are just all buying from you. Let's be real. Sometimes it doesn't happen. They'll rather spend the money at some other company, a beauty company or something there locally, than they will spend money with you. And it's not because half the time, sometimes they don't like you or they're in competition with you. Sometimes they just, they see it as, that's my friend, I should get it for free, or, whatever it may be, or I know the family, I should get, or, you know what I mean? You know how everybody is. So at the end of the day, you're going to want to use social media, and you're going to want to set your profile to public, and you're going to want to put yourself out there, branch out and stuff like that, and meet other people, collaborate with people from all over the world. That's going to help grow your business. Not only that, like it does show another side of you. It opens you up to saying, hey, I'm up for the challenge. I'm up to challenge myself and dig a little bit deeper from within, and also push myself a little bit further to see what else I can accomplish and do. You don't want to sit here and you don't want to think small ever. Always think big. Don't ever think small. If you think small, you'll be small. If you think big, you're only going to get bigger, literally. So, those are definitely a couple of things, to definitely start your business out and grow with. If I had known some of that way back when, When I very first started out, oh my gosh, the endless possibilities. I'm still at endless possibilities, but so much more would have been done by now. So everything is a learning curve. It's a learning process and all of that. But, you know,
Oh, my apologies. I was clapping. Definitely well
I
said.
was like, I
Great
think you're
job.
muted, Chris.
Yeah, yeah, I didn't even realize it. All right, so yeah, so you say that they should definitely invest. I definitely agree with that too as well. That's one of the most important things. So what's the first 10 steps somebody should take before they start their business?
Woo, woo, woo. Not you doing me a 10 stepper. All right, Chris, I'm up for the challenge. So the 10 steps, you said before they invest?
Before they start their business. First
Okay,
10
before they start their business. All right, we talked about setting goals, right? You're going to set goals. Before you start your business, set goals.
Mm-hmm.
Set goals, draw templates out, doesn't matter. Have something, I don't care if you take index cards. Have the layout drawn of the business you are starting, what you want that to look like, because you're going to need that. Think of it when you're building a building, you're going to want to have the layout and everything. This is the same thing. Get the blueprint of the business that you want to do and set yourself up for success. Number one. Number two, make sure you have some other source of income for the time being, or make sure you have a little bit money that you can spare, because like Chris and I talk about, you need to be able to invest some money in yourself. Time. Make sure you have time. The most common excuses that we see in business is people are like, I don't have time. I do this, I do that, I go here, I go there. I'm raising kids. Hey, babes, dudes, I've done it all. I do it all currently. So I hear you on that, but make sure you have time. If you want to get somewhere in life, you want to do something, you have to learn how to make time. You have to learn that. So time management, it's huge. Another thing, consistency. You're going to want to make sure that you are very, very consistent. You have to be consistent, show up for yourself on a daily, because if you don't, nobody else is going to show up for you. Nobody. Nobody's going to show up for you. I'm sorry. They're just not. It's not going to happen. So you have to be willing to show up for yourself on a daily and be consistent in order for other people to want to do the same similar thing too. It does not matter if you go live and you have no viewers. Do it. Do it scared. Don't care, just do it, right? So, and it's an everyday concept. Also, too, find your cause and your purpose. What is your cause and purpose, the reason for why you do what you do? You have to know that going into this, because on your weakest moments, your weakest days, when you're down and out and nobody else can bring you up, that cause and purpose is going to scream at you and remind you why you need to get back up. So that's number 5. Always have a cause and purpose, because that is what's going to keep you moving forward in life and in business in general. So, and make sure y'all are writing these down too, because you can always watch the replay too and go write all this stuff down, but be writing this stuff down because it is good stuff. It has helped me over the years. And so now we're on to the next 5. So I will tell you, you need people. You cannot do this alone, right? Collaboration. Number 6 on your list is collaboration. You have to be willing to add people to help you, just like you got to be willing to help other people. So what all is in collaboration? Support. It's giving support to other people as well. You're supporting their journey. They're going to support your journey, right? So support and collaboration is what's going to help you. It's a team effort. You can do everything on your own, but you're going to what? You're going to need promotions. You're going to need people by word of mouth. You're going to need people that have tried your stuff out, right? That can give you a review, right? So collaboration and support, that's number 6. Now, number 7. Number 7, I tell people it is so easy. It is really so easy. A lot of people don't think it's easy, but it really is easy. It's your attitude. It's your character. It's who you are as a person. Number 7, come with a proper positivity attitude, positive attitude. Look, I'm already talking wrong. Be positive. If you have a dream, tell yourself it can happen. Don't allow what the outside world says to affect how you feel and how you project that onto other people. Come with a positive attitude. Your character is all you have at the end of the day. That is the last thing, that you really got. When you leave this world, that's the legacy you leave behind. So ask yourself, have I done enough to leave a good, positive legacy behind? And if you haven't, change that, So number 7, it's your attitude and it's your character. People want to do business with people that are, they're nice, they're kind, they're genuine, they're authentic, they spread good, they put good out there into this world and stuff. They just don't take, but they give as well. So that's another good one. So number 8, now we're going to get down to the nitty and gritty. So number 8 is going to be, I will have to say, it is going to be supplies. Supplies is number 8 because you need to know what all you are going to need for your business, right? We talked about the layout early on and all of that. So supplies is number 8 because you need to have stuff so you can be able to put yourself in a work setting and a work mode. So whenever I work and stuff like that, I have myself in an area that has me working, has me glued in, has me concentrating. So you want to be able to focus. So your focus in your work setting is where you're going to do majority of your work. Just like Chris has an area as well. As you can see that he can really get down to business from there. That really puts him in that mode. As I do too, I have a couple of areas that will really put me in that grind mode. And I don't allow anything to come in that circle because that's my work time. That's where we get down to business and we make it happen. So number 8 is your supplies. Making sure you have areas where you can really concentrate and focus, making sure you have everything on hand that you're going to need prior to invest in money in your business. That means any type of supplies that you might need. Number 9, there's only 2 left. Stay with me. So number 9 is going to be a big one. I will say, I know we talked about it before, but I will say it's social medias, promotions. Social medias and promotions are a must. Any of y'all ever buy your famous products? You get it from a celebrity, right? You're scrolling on Facebook, they're doing a cute little dance with a lip gloss or something and be like, buy me, Okay, this is the same for yourself and your business. Promotion, social medias. You need to make sure you have these things set up beforehand. Before I even started in business or anything, I had all platforms locked down and loaded, right? They all had the same content. It was already spread just like that, just like wildfire, boom, boom, boom. So one of my reels went viral in 2 different places. Might have even been 3, but I never checked Instagram at the time. So, and we know Snapchat, it took off on Snapchat too. So we'll say 3, possibly 4 where it went viral at, right? Because I uploaded same content everywhere. Remember to do this. You are your own promoter when you first start out. Unless you got a whole lot of money, who you hiring, right? If you do have a whole lot of money and it's in your, that'll be the next thing we talk about, but it's in your budget, then you probably don't have to worry about that as much. But if you're starting out with it's just you, yourself, and you, promotion, you're going to need it. Use your social media accounts. There are so many ways to do that where it doesn't charge you money just to get your stuff looked at and go viral, right? Add yourself to groups on social media. Add your, go talk with people. Go be social. That's what social media is for, is to be social. It's not just to post and leave it unattended. It's to stay connected with people, right? People want to know what you're up to. Number 10. Number 10 is the last and final thing, but it is budgeting. It really should be the first thing you even look at. So really, we're going to flip it. Put that as your number 1. The other one, bring it to the back. Budgeting. How many of y'all out there have got married before, right? You get married, you're on a budget, right? There's seldom of you that were worried about money when this came about when you got married, right? Some of y'all did not worry about budgeting. I commend you for that because you made it happen. That's why you were able to do that. But for those of y'all that know what budgeting look like for doing weddings or doing ceremonies, or you had parties or something, you budget your money. You budget your money. You budget your time. You budget your goals and stuff. Everything is a budget to you. So it's your ideas, it's your money, it's your time. You're budgeting everything out, and you're providing a schedule of what that looks like over time. So you have to be able to budget when it comes to business. You cannot just blow money like no other. That's why when I first started business back in 2023, I could throw down $4,000 because at the time I was already making that quite a bit of money back then. So I was able to do this. Like I was able to do that. I was working my bottom off because I had a goal in mind. I wanted to save so that way I could do something more whenever the opportunity arrived, whatever, however you say it. So budgeting, number 10.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely agree. I definitely agree. Yeah, that's definitely amazing. And yeah, they definitely gotta make sure that they invest and follow her 10 steps and everything like that. So when do you think it is time for them to start their actual LLC and start signing the paperwork and everything like that? When is the right time for that?
When it comes to LLCs, this is where it gets, it can get a little bit crazy because I can't really tell you an exact time. All I can say is when you're ready. A lot of people have do business and stuff like that without even having to grab the LLC. They start small, they'll keep it small, but they'll make enough money to keep going. So
Hmm.
it just depends on what that looks like for you. It depends on how far you want to go. It depends on if you're ready or not. Some people are ready right away. They knock out those fees, they pay for it all, they get established because you do have to make sure your name is not like other people's when you establish your brand or you establish the name of your company and stuff. Remember that it's not going to be able to be like somebody else's. You can't duplicate other people's. So you're going to have to properly look into all of that. You're going to have to read all of that information and stuff. Make sure you're caught up on that. Make sure it's even when you say a phrase, you have a slogan or this and that, you want to claim ownership over that. You have to make sure it hasn't been used before and it hasn't been claimed before. So you have to look into all of that. So I will say there is not a timeline. The timeline gets set by you. It's when you decide that you're ready to be established, that you're ready to do something more. Most people who have LLCs, they stay online. Crazy, right? They don't ever get into a place. They just stay online. They keep it online. It's easier for them. Most people that do places and do online, I always commend them for it because it is a lot of work and stuff, but people make it happen. I even know some people that have small businesses in the public and stuff, and they still do absolutely well. So the to do that, to get established and all of that, that timeline is on you. That schedule is on you. I cannot give you that timeline. It's when you say you're ready and you're good to go for it. You've budgeted and everything, and all goals, everything's established. That's when you are personally ready. Hope that helps.
Oh yeah, 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 definitely, definitely. Yeah, that was definitely great. So, the next thing is, do you want to go ahead and tell them about some of the other stuff that you actually do for your business?
So some of the other stuff that I do is I'm gonna go ahead and put Chris out here. So I collaborate with Chris, have been for what, 2 years, Chris? 2 years?
I'm not sure right off the bat, but
Okay, so
You know what
so
I
about
mean?
possibly 2 years. So I will say that I've invested money in other people to be able to help me with what I have going on. So I will say, I have done a lot of work with Chris. We have helped each other and stuff. I will say that that some stuff is invested in other people too to help you. That's where promotions come from. That's where tech support comes from. You can't do it all by yourself. As you start to get bigger and bigger, it takes a couple of more people to do it with you. I already do a lot right now, but Chris lately, I have started getting more help from, just because, as it gets bigger and I get busier, obviously I can't do this alone. So I need a trusted friend, somebody who I can count on, who makes sure who also holds me accountable as well. So, and like I said before, you rise together, not by yourself. So therefore, I will say investing in other people does help you too, because not only are you helping another person, you're helping to support their family, but you're also receiving help as well, and you're getting the support that you need too. I hope that made sense for people.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely amazing, amazing. And so I do want to get into some of these other questions here. So, one thing I do have for you is, so what do you think is your best time of day to make a post, like a business post?
Okay, so a business post, definitely not overnight. Y'all don't do any overnight. Um, I don't recommend live overnight either. I'm going to tell you right now, if you're going to go live, make a reel, make a business post, I try to aim between 8 a.m. and 2 to 4 p.m., somewhere around that time. Sometimes because that's when people are waking up, getting ready to go into work, and sometimes that's when people are getting off. And on the weekends, people are like scrolling around those times because they're relaxing, right? So those are the times I really hit for business posts and stuff. Sometimes I'll do a business reel at 6 a.m., but it's also a funny, fun one. You know what I mean? So I would say those feel like the best times. Also, too, it's another concept that if it's working for your page, don't stop doing it. Just ignore me. But if it's not working for your page, maybe try some of these things and you might see the difference. The algorithm changes all the time. It is hard to keep up with it. So don't keep up with it. Keep up with your audience. Your audience called the shots for you. Whether or not you want to know, you want to believe that, your audience calls the shots for you. They give you the views. They give you the likes. They give you the comments. They give you the attention. So
Yeah.
count on your audience. They are the ones that call the shots on your page. So you got to remember that. That's business one-on-one with you.
Right, right. Yeah, definitely. I agree. And so, um, do you think it's not smart or smart to only use one social network? So let's say I only have TikTok. Should I only use TikTok or should I sign up for Facebook and Instagram too and some of the other ones? Or, vice versa. Should I use both of them, or one or the other, or should I post them at the same time or different times? You know what I mean? What's some of the answers that you have?
I will tell you, and I cannot tell people this enough. I tell people this all the time. The most inbox questions that I get is, how do you do it? How do you do it? I have my social media account set up and I'm like, oh, okay, what all social medias do you got? Let me go take a look at them. They're like, oh, I'm just using one. Sometimes they're just using TikTok. Sometimes they're just using Facebook.
Yeah,
Sometimes they're just using Instagram. One thing I will tell you, don't just use one social media account. Use them
exactly.
all.
Exactly.
Nowadays, Facebook connects to Instagram to Threads. That's less work I do. I post to Facebook, it takes it to Instagram, it takes it to Threads, and I didn't have to do but
Three
scheduling
and
one
one.
post or posting it myself. And then
Yep.
also, people don't look at Snapchat enough. Use Snapchat. I create all of my videos from Snapchat or from TikTok originally, and then I shuffle them and edited them myself, and then boom, post to Facebook and all of that and the platforms and stuff. So always have more than one platform. I cannot tell you enough how many people mess up. They set their TikTok up so well, and it's so good and everything, but then when they're not making enough money over there, they're like, oh my God, well, I've slacked so much on these social media accounts, or I don't have these social media accounts. So now I'm like, I'm down to the bare minimum for a source of income.
Yeah.
Don't be that person. I work for a couple of social media platforms right now currently, and I will tell you that's the one thing I teach people is you have to spread yourself all over the place. It's the only time I'll tell you, spread yourself all over the place, all over the world, for people to see what you got going on and what you're doing. Do not limit yourself. You cannot have endless possibilities if you limit yourself. Make sure that you're putting your stuff out there all over the place where you can. I also have used Linktree before. I also had a business builder website and stuff like that that, you know, we use and stuff like that. So that there's different things you can do. Utilize all of that. Don't stick to just one.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%, a million percent. You know what I mean? That's what I always tell people because if I'm on TikTok or something, and I'll go on TikTok and I look for people on there and to engage with them and stuff on TikTok, and you can meet some really cool people. And then you start talking with them and like, do you only have TikTok? And they're like, yeah. And they're like, well, you should get Facebook and Instagram too and the other platforms because you're limiting yourself because sometimes, like we're talking about now, sometimes people only use one platform. So if you actually utilize all the platforms, then you're reaching more people than what you were before for your different niches and stuff like that. Because like you said, you are limiting yourself because you aren't going to reach those other people that might want to reach out to you. They might want to see your content. Nobody even knows about you on Facebook or Instagram because you only post on TikTok. You know what I mean? Maybe you have some fans that post it for you on Facebook or something like that, but it's definitely important to utilize all the platforms possible. Go on Google and type in what's the best social networks right now in 2026 or whatever year it is, you know what I mean, at the time. And you will find a list of different social networks that you could go check out because there's always new ones. People are always creating new social networks, believe it or not. There's always different ways to post. Utilize everything, that's the most important thing is like she said, you know what I mean, engage and you want to engage with people. Even if you don't know with them or know them, you can meet your next business contact or your next best friend or brother or sister. But if you're just on one platform, then you're not gonna see the results that you deserve. So
Well, and
definitely
Chris,
utilize.
to add on to what you just said right there, I'm going to stop you because right there we're going to add something.
Okay.
Insert this, write this down. I learned this a long time ago with a guest speaker who spoke to us at Beauty Society. And one thing he said is all it takes is
Mm-hmm.
one connection to turn your life around, to change it. Your life can change in a day, in the matter of an instant. It can change. So all it takes is one connection. So that's more of a reason why you want to use all social media platforms and get yourself out there is for that reason. Because that's all it takes is to meet one person who's going to double down on you just like you double down on yourself, and you've got it made. You got it made for life.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I definitely agree there. So let's go ahead and, if you don't mind, let's talk a little bit about your recruitment process for the $1 you said right now. So I definitely would jump on it. You know what I mean? That's a steal right there. So go ahead and break that down and tell them about that.
Definitely. So let me break this down for y'all. It's so easy. It's not even hard. So when you join Beauty Society right now, it is just $1 to join. With that dollar, you're also getting other stuff too. It's not like you're just paying $1 for the digital and you're not getting anything else with it. So you get a month of a trial of having the website and all of that. And that includes the back office. That includes your business bank, where you get paid, where you transfer money. That includes trainings here at Beauty Society. That also includes many other things, customer orders, your orders, their incentives. It keeps track of all of that for you. It makes it so easy. So that gets included. And for a month, you don't have to pay for that. And then after the month, it's $9.99 a month. But that gives you a month to try it out to see if this is a good fit, right? Because you can cancel at any time and say you don't want to do this anymore. And it's only $1 to join right now. Not only that, we give thanks and give back to you. That's why we give you that trial. We also give back to you for joining and being a part of us. And we give you 60% off to use up to 45 products to start your business. So that is a huge plus too, because when I first started out, I was able to get a lot of products. Not only that, they were already generous with me anyways in the beginning. So until now, and up until now, well, still now, you know what I mean? I can't talk. So that is really, really huge, because I got skincare, makeup, wellness or whatever. I was able to get quite a bit on top of whatever I was already getting, which that's amazing, because you want to be able to make samples, you want to be able to sell stuff, and you want to be able to try out the stuff for yourself too. And they had so many products, and what's not to love? I wanted to try everything. I wanted to have everything, right? So that's really a huge plus too. Not only that, within you first joining, you also can hop on a corporate call and get questions answered and stuff. That's also great as well. Like, you can actually have in one of our systems, you can actually set up a time and all of that to be able to talk to them, ask them any questions you may need. Not only that, we have prior trainings and stuff that you can look at to learn about Beauty Society, how it came about, what it means, what it is, the message behind it, the products. You can learn all about the products and stuff like that. You're getting so much. And not only that, you're getting a like-minded community full of supportive people. Remember when I said collaborations are where it's at? That's how you get to where you're at. This is a community. It's nothing but, teamwork, collaborations, supporting one another. They're so supportive. And I will tell you, a lot of that is included. People just think, oh, it's $1. I don't have anything else to go with it. No, you don't. I've just knocked it down for you, what all you have. Not only that, whoever you're joining, you have our support. We're your support system too. We're your one-on-one support system. I'm the type of person, I'm with you until you say you don't need me, right? So, and that's what I love about it, and then you don't just have us, you have our upline as well. You have our other leaders. You have access to all of them too. You're in pages and stuff where you have access to everybody. You have access to the CEO, of the company and stuff. And she's so amazing. So you can't go wrong at this company. They are so rewarding. You also get fast track bonuses, a way to earn instant cash within 60 days. You can try to knock out as many as you can, and that cash instantly goes into your business bank. Instantly does. You're not having to wait till payday. So I think that's amazing as well, that we have that in place too. There's so many takeaways. I don't even have enough time in the world to keep throwing out there what all you get with this dollar opportunity. It's not just $1 and nothing else comes behind it. There's a lot that comes behind it. There's a lot that goes into it too as well. So that's what the opportunity of a lifetime looks. That it's a ground floor opportunity, because you are building your business and helping yourself and getting the support from other people to help too. But you're also doing the same for other people too. It gives you an option to build a team here and really, continue to just spread it. Just spread the love, the empowering, the confidence, and everything, and to just keep it going. You'll hear a lot of people talk about pyramid schemes or this or that or whatever. I'm telling you, if you love what you're doing and you have a purpose, a cause behind it, and all this other stuff, you're not looking at anything like that. You're looking at anywhere you go to work, you're going to have to put in work. Nobody can do it for you. So if you're putting in work and all of that, and you're doing all of that, then I honestly, personally say, you're working your business, you're getting it done. What scheme is there in that? So any doubts anybody has, like I said, double it down, trial it out. Not only that, we have a money back guarantee, 30 days for makeup, and then we have a 12-month back guarantee for skincare. So that's amazing too. So when you can do all of that, why not double down on yourself? Why not do it? It's just $1, you know?
Yeah.
And I know when I started, I had no money to my name too and stuff like that. I barely had anything left over from making this huge move, relocation, and everything. And I still doubled down and I took a chance on myself, and I don't regret it at all. Looking back, going down memory lane, it was the best decision I ever made. So
Awesome, awesome. Very, very inspiring. So I do see your story, and I saw that your goal right now is to get $400. What's that all about?
So when you set goals for yourself, that's the cool thing about the back office is you can see how much you would need, um, from the support to be able to keep, hitting your goals and stuff like that. So I use that back office like my holy grail. It's my place of peace, but it's my place of work, right? And so it breaks everything down from you, what you're lacking, what you need more of, all of this other stuff. So it really sets you up for success. You can't go wrong. That breakdown is you being able to hit your goals and, getting support from people, you love, who've come to love you the most. So the breakdown of the office, that's where those goals come from. So if you see people put in amounts or this and that, that's what that is. That's us
Oh,
setting goals for ourselves and just wanting to be able to hit them. That's going to help us grow. So that's a growing goal is what I like to call that, because it comes from the back office, from looking at stuff and being like, I need this here or more of this or more of that and stuff. You always have to challenge yourself on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis, and especially a yearly basis. So that's what those goals are for.
awesome, awesome. So another thing is I did want to find out like actually how many companies are you working with right now?
Currently, I am working, I will say online, I'm working with one. I'm
Oh, okay.
working. I'm working with Beauty Society. So I'm currently. I am happy here. I really am. I couldn't see myself going anywhere. I always like to tell people like this was my last shot. This was my last, time to, do this. This is where I want to be. I love our CEO. I love the company as a whole. I love the people here. I love the products and stuff. I narrowed it down to one company because I feel like when you're really, really happy where you're at, you don't have to look elsewhere. So Beauty Society is the one company that I currently work online with, because I really have a true passion for it. I really accept the message behind it, and I really come to love the products, especially the skincare.
Awesome, awesome. So outside of online, you don't work with any other companies or anything like that besides your job?
Yeah, no, outside, I do not. In the past, I took on a lot of opportunities. But like I said, when you work a lot of opportunities and then you trial stuff out, you
Mm,
find out what's for you, what you have a passion for, and what's not. So I've been able to
yes.
dial everything down, from the outside to online, and really focus on a couple of things that really matter to me, that I currently, work on and work with and stuff. Because
Right, right.
I'm going to go ahead and elaborate on that a little bit. Chris, do you mind?
Oh no,
Um,
go ahead.
okay, I'm going to go ahead and elaborate because when you're doing so many things, I see this so much. This is business one-on-one. When you're doing so many things, if you keep adding on more and keep adding on more and adding on more, and you work for 20 companies, your
Mhm.
audience, your viewers, they're already overwhelmed unless you are some big star or something, or you're well established inside, you have your own, shop company out there, whatever it may be, you're gonna have a hard time. You're gonna have a
Right.
hard time with your viewers keeping up and stuff like that. So I believed, had I learned this a long time ago, it would have been better. But that's why narrowing it down. And if you find a company that basically has it all going on for you, make your life simpler. The one thing I want to tell people is work smarter, not harder, right? So that was my main focus for narrowing it down and really sticking with just a couple of companies or one company online and one in person and stuff, because you want it to match your ambitions, your goals and stuff like that, and you want it to align with everything you got going on. But furthermore, you don't want to overwork yourself, you don't want to get overwhelmed either. So that's why it's a huge must that you actually narrow it down if you can, because adding so much on there, it just makes it hard for the audience, it makes it hard for yourself, and you can't do it alone. So unless you're hiring a bunch of people to help you, it's a lot of promotions, it's a lot of messages, it's a lot of answering people, it's a lot of time, and it can be time consuming, especially when you have so much going on and stuff like that. So always make sure that you're definitely giving yourself a true shot, a true chance at being successful. Don't load yourself up with a lot on your plate, especially if you're going to be like scheduling things around the clock, every hour on the hour, or you're going to be constantly posting it on your phone and not have any time for true connections. That's another thing too, is that true connections are something that you're going to need in this business, in this field. You're going to need to connect with people. When you connect with people, make those connections, you build trust. And when you build trust with people, you build a rep, right?
Yeah.
And so people come to know you for it and know you buy it. So you have to be able to connect with people and stuff. So definitely don't load yourself up full of a bunch of things unless they are going to benefit you and you're seeing the fruits of your labor and it doesn't look like chaos. I hope that helps.
Oh yeah, yeah, no, definitely, definitely amazing, amazing. Yeah, I definitely agree because one thing about it is I was doing custom shirts and this and that and all kinds of different stuff, and people that know me, know that I've done a lot of different stuff, and then I went down to just doing like custom stickers, you know what I mean? And that's one of my main focuses when it comes to just me, working by myself or whatever. That's what I do personally, is do custom stickers. Yeah, I do websites and all the other stuff for worldwide collaboration, but when it comes down to just me, you know what I mean? But I had a whole bunch of stuff and with investing. Like when I first started out, like you were saying, I spent over $5,000 on everything, on all the machines and everything, and I got a video on Facebook before I sold all the stuff of 8 different bins, going through everything, showing them in the video of all the stuff, and I sold it for $400. So I mean, I didn't make all my money back, but I really wanted to just redo this station because there was a lot of bins in here and stuff. So I wanted to feel more comfortable in here when I come in here, and then be able to enjoy myself instead of having bins over here,
Yeah.
bins over there, all around the whole entire room. You could see bins everywhere, but now you got a nice clean wall, and I don't have to
Yeah.
worry about the bins being over there, and
Well, and
it
I
just
want to
gets annoying too.
Well, and I want to elaborate, Chris, on yourself, because I will tell y'all, Chris did a lot in the past, right? Chris still does a lot, but Chris has also learned to put himself first too. But Chris is a prime example of working in chaos, but actually, he's fine now because he's got it. Chris reminds me of myself because I did the same thing. When you first start out, it's all chaotic. I was the same way. I had products everywhere. They were all over the place. In both bathrooms, they were on my shelves. They were in my closet. They were on my tables. Chris reminds me of me because I did the same thing too. Yes, you throw money down on yourself. You don't know if you're going to make it back or not, but then it's chaotic. There's no organization. And now when you have organization, you feel a little bit at home to where you can actually work and feel just fine. And Chris is one of those examples of, doing a lot too. He literally does a lot. But the one thing like Chris takes with him as well is his supporters. he has his supporters to show for it. So he's taken his supporters with him on this same journey. When you have a journey, business one on one, you want to take people with you, right? So taking people with you is still a sign of being successful. It does not always look like a money sign. It's you taking an audience and supporters with you, no matter where you go, them having that belief in you. And Chris is a prime example of that. Like, that's why I look up to Chris a lot, because I'm like, that man, if he gave you that backstory, that history, which you can always go to his page and find out that history, but you would know he's been put through the ringer and he's still here with his movement of worldwide collaboration, helping people globally around the world connect. And it's just like Facebook. It's a bunch of connections, right? That's what somebody, wanted to when they first started out. Shout out to Mark Zuckerberg. Thank you. I have the best boss here. But Chris had that same image, but just in a different way. Chris can build websites and do all that stuff, which he has multiple times. But also too, his was not just building a website being like, hey, let's all connect here. It's, hey, we're going to be on the go. We're all hopping on the same bus and we're going around globally. There was meetups. There's meetups everywhere, all over the world. There's different events and stuff. That's something more than just having the website. So that's why I say shout out to Chris, owner of Worldwide Collaboration, because he does do a lot and has come so far and currently is still successful in his business. So you don't have to see the fruits of your labor right away. Sometimes it doesn't always look like a dollar sign. Sometimes it's just your audience and your supporters. Like I said, your audience will make or break you. They can shut you out, shut you down, or they can sit here and they can keep helping you build. Every view counts, every like counts, every reaction, every comment, everything counts, every share, it counts. Even your haters coming across your page looking at something, hey, you helped me. It didn't matter. It's like Cardi B said, I want to thank all my haters out there. That's exactly what it was. We want to thank all of our haters and all of our supporters, because we wouldn't be here without y'all. We wouldn't be here without y'all. Like, I always give thanks to my haters and my supporters, because I wouldn't be here without any of y'all. So we owe it to y'all to say thanks, because sometimes that's what it takes to grow your business, grow your page. Sometimes it takes people placing doubt on you. Sometimes it takes people praising you, a little bit of both. But Chris is an example of that. And I had to give you a shout out for that and really shine light on that, because I feel like it's not done enough sometimes. And I want to, give back to Chris, because he definitely has made a lot possible. Not only that, us working together, it's literally only up from here. And like, I'm so grateful for meeting him a couple of years back, because I was in a place in my life where I doubted when he came to me. I doubted. I was like, what is this? I'm over here scrolling through everything he's sending me. And I'm like, yeah, okay. And then I just never show up to one of the meetings. And then he was persistent. So when he was persistent, I'm like, you know what? This man has a dream. This man's got a purpose, a cause. This man's got something going on. Let me tap in, because he was persistent. So I tapped into what he had going on. And here we are a couple years later, and I don't regret it. Best decision I ever made. I didn't even have to pay any money to be able to join another family and really see and collaborate with a lot of people and really see what was going on, how true connection should be. So definitely the man of the hour, not me, but him, because he has done a lot globally and stuff like that. So, and I feel like you got to give credit to where it's due,
Thank you, thank you. I truly appreciate it, and you too as well. You always inspire me every time with your speeches and stuff like that. Very powerful stuff. Yeah, I do want to give a couple of shout outs to some of the fam. Well, shout outs to the whole Worldwide Collaboration family, everyone connected. Shout out to Kimberly Bronson, always showing up and showing out and everything like that too as well. Bobby Hills, Dr. Dane. We also got Imran. Is that one of your people? Imran. Shout outs to them for coming out. Jacob Smith, another one.
Yes, Jacob Smith.
Made the shout outs to everybody tuning in and stuff like that. Like she said, you know what I mean? Without you, we are nothing. And that's one thing I always say too. Without you, there is no worldwide collaboration. And I always say that, everything I do is for worldwide collaboration, because that's the only thing that makes sense to me. You know what I mean? That's why I started doing everything. And then also another thing too is our haters are our motivation. That's another thing too. Like I say, our haters give us our energy. You know what I mean? They give us the energy to keep us going like the energizing bunny.
They definitely give us ammunition. I cannot tell you that enough. That you have to thank your haters, because they are what, your haters can give you the hardest criticism in the world. And if you can sit there and take it and turn it around and show them differently, I will
Mhm.
say you have overcome the biggest obstacle in life. You're not
Yeah.
ever going to go anywhere and be successful and not have a hater or two. You're not going to. It is so hard to please everybody. You also don't want to be a people pleaser either. You can't be successful being a people pleaser. You're going to make everybody else happy, but not yourself. And you have your own goals and dreams, and you want to live those. You don't want to live anybody else's. So, and also too, I want to give a shout out to your wife as well. I will tell you, Christopher's wife is so amazing too, because there's not a time that I haven't got on the phone with both of them and asked questions and got both of their perspectives on things. His wife is absolutely amazing. She also has ownership with him as well of Worldwide Collaboration. And believe it or not, she is an amazing person. Like, she talks from experience. She really knows, the do's and don'ts. They really are the brains of the whole movement. And you can just definitely tell. Like, there's not ever a time that I don't walk alone, because these two are with me. And I do appreciate all of our talks and stuff like that. It's not just us getting online, showing people something, get back off, and never talking again. We truly
Right.
have become family over the years, and we truly have grown such a tight friendship and all of that. And that is rare to come by this day and age. So, a shout out to
Mhm.
Worldwide Collaboration, Christopher and his wife. Definitely.
Thank you. Thank you.
Shout out to the whole family too. Y'all have been so supportive over time and stuff like that. I had so much support these last couple of lives from y'all. Y'all really showed out and showed up and stuff like that, and that just shows you it's a true commitment to this movement, and what it does for people. So not just talking about myself, but talking about a whole movement that Chris has got going on over there, that I joined a couple of years ago and stuff like that. So as you can see right there, those are some of the things that he's had made. So his creativity is there, and shout out to the people who constructed up some of it as well. But his creativity goes beyond just making things. It goes to tech. When I talk about tech support, Chris is your man. That man builds websites and stuff like that, does promotions and all of that. He does so much more. I'm somebody who did a lot of promotions back then, and that was one of my things too. That was one of my expertise, and so I love being able to meet somebody else who can do that as well. Right nowadays, everybody's got AI and stuff like that too, which I will say AI is being used for business right now. If you're using it just a little bit here and there, and it works for you, okay. But also too, you don't want to harp on AI too much either, because everybody, business one-on-one tip, wants a real connection. They want a real connection with you and stuff. And so using less AI is giving yourself and your customers and people out there a real connection with you. But Chris is really good at AI too. So he's really good. A lot of these graphics he's made, as the one are they able to see the one behind us, Chris?
A little bit.
Okay, so if you can see part of this one, you can see him on my page and on Chris's page too. Definitely go give him a follow after this. Subscribe. You can subscribe to either one of us on any of the platforms. Give us a follow. But that's a lot of his work that he's done. So he is one of my graphic guys. I do have one other person that does help too with that, and then of course I have a company that helps with that as well. But definitely go check out his work and stuff like that, because there's a lot this man can do, and he really does make things happen and all of that. And that shows you that when you have a dream and you follow it. How long ago was your dream? Was it 2010, 2008?
Well, I mean, it really started from Green International Entertainment in 2009. I mean,
Okay.
it goes pretty deeper than that because Green Society was my friend's movement. It was basically like the local gang. Everybody wore green bandanas. And so in 2009, I wanted to bring all the green bandana gangs together because Green Society inspired me. You know what I mean? I was like, wow, he really did it. You know what I mean? Like he had 200 people locally that were a part of Green Society, and we had all our friends joining, and they were a part of it. And we had a lot of people in Albany, New York, and stuff like that. And so that really sparked it. That's really where it comes from. Is in a way it comes from Green Society, and then me wanting to do my own thing too as well, similar to it, but different. And then it became something more than what it was actually meant to be, because I mean it was just about bringing green bandana gangs together to get them to work together to support each other. But then we had the pack join, and then that's where it really blew up after that, if
So,
everybody knows who the
so
pack.
it's about like 17 years then. 17 years.
Oh, I'm not sure, from
Or
2009.
yeah, I think I was, yeah, about 17 years that the movement has still been moving forward. So I think I
Yeah,
calculated that from.
I'm not really good with numbers, so I will go check, and you can talk to him for a second if you
Yeah, I
don't
was
mind.
like, I think since
And then I'll check.
2017, if I did my math right, not 2017, 2009 to 2026, Chris is always going to check me, make sure I'm correct. But I want to say that was probably about 17 years. So 17 years would be his movement going on and moving forward. So this just goes to show that when you have dreams and you really put your best foot forward and you really invest time and money in yourself, your dreams do come true, and it does happen. He's taken people from all over the world, from locally to globally. He's even been at certain places like theme parks and stuff, and has become known there as well. So I think
16
that that's a
years.
true testament. You said what?
16 years.
16 years. Okay, I told you Chris was going to do the math and correct me.
I
So
didn't even realize that. That's
yes.
crazy.
16 years
Wow.
is so big. It's so huge. And that's why I said you have to dream big and dream even bigger, because 16 years this man's been going at it and he's still established. And that's so amazing. Most people's dreams, they might die because they cut themselves short. With his persistency and his consistency, he really, and his collaboration, his proper attitude and all of that, and his willingness to not just put himself first, but put others too, he has made it happen here. And yes, it takes a lot of people now to come together and make things to keep it going. But that's a true testament to what happens when you dream big and you set yourself goals, you set yourself up for success, and you really invest in yourself. Like you can absolutely not go wrong. Like amazing, truly amazing. I give
Thank
props to
you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you. I truly appreciate it. Like I said, same with you too as well. You know what I mean? You definitely been a big part of worldwide collaboration and stuff, and you got the worldwide collaboration all stars. I know you're building over there in Texas, so that's definitely amazing too as well. And then so I did want to actually talk about, so I hear a rumor, the worldwide collaboration business talk with Christina Rodriguez. So is that going to be a new show coming?
I believe it will be. I believe it will be. Rumors are definitely true. We obviously want to see more of this. Like I told y'all, I had my podcast, Twisted Sea Speaks. We talked about everything. This
Hmm.
right here, the business talk, this is actually going to help y'all over time. I do not gatekeep. Chris does not gatekeep. We are going to give you exclusive everything. So that way
Yeah.
you don't have to pay somebody for this information. Because why? Why, when we can give it to you for free? We can let you know what has worked for us, what hasn't. We can tell you the latest up to date stuff. We can talk about current business stuff. We obviously want to hear from you too. If there's any questions that you want to ask Chris or I, or more stuff that you want to hear about, or even if it's something that's challenging for Chris and I, we'll do our research. But we want to hear from y'all. So yes, that rumors are true. This will be a thing. Right now, it'll be once a month, but we will be going pretty more frequent than that. Just waiting on a
Awesome.
couple of things, testing everything out, but we will be going more frequent than that. But yes, rumors are true.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Yeah, I just want to put it out there. There's the announcement for today, the Worldwide Collaboration Business Talk with Christina Rodriguez show. Definitely stay tuned for it once a month. So I did want to actually ask you about, so you're posting on Facebook and stuff like that. Are you actually getting paid for engaging and stuff on Facebook itself?
I am, like I talked about previously, I work for a couple social media platforms. So therefore, I do make money
Mm-hmm.
on social media. The only difference between me and some others is that I don't just post a post to make the money. I make every post count. I'm either
Right.
showing you something and you're learning, or I'm giving you an opportunity, giving you talks, um,
Yeah.
giving you knowledge, or I'm showing you something inspirational. I always have this concept: you need to just live your life, just live it. There's no sense
Mhm.
in working yourself to death at all. I learned that at a young age. Yes, if you need to work to get to where you want to be, yes, do it. But once you get to where you want to be, and then you have everything set in stone of where you're going, then start
Mhm.
to live. Start to live before it's
Right.
too late. So yes, I do get paid on some social media platforms and stuff. But no, I don't. I don't just post to get paid.
Right.
I don't even think about the money when I post. I think about who I'm talking to, my audience, who I want to help. I'm out here to help people. Getting paid was not ever something I cared about doing
Right.
it. When I first started, I did the Change Make a Difference movement. It was for me to take people on the worth it journey and definitely spread nothing but love, kindness, all of that. Teach people stuff and snag people along the way, and help build. So definitely that movement is still existent to this day. And so it's not ever been about the money. It was more about the message I was spreading and sending out. But because I get paid, I do know a lot of do's and don'ts of social media and stuff, and how to promote better, and how to really snag the audience and different stuff like that. And we're hoping soon we can give a breakdown of the Facebook, what I like to call Facebook's back office. That's your dashboard. So hopefully soon in one of our business talks, we can do a breakdown of that. And
Okay.
we can explain a couple of things from the business side of social media, because I feel like a lot of y'all out there do need to know things. There are some things that work for you. There are some things that work for other people. But one thing you have to understand is your audience. You work for your audience, not your audience works for you. You work for your audience. Your
Right.
audience can tell you it ain't happening anymore. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
people have to really, really understand that how you treat your viewers, how you treat your audience, how you treat people, it really absolutely says a lot, especially if you're somebody who wants to continue getting paid and stuff like that. And you want to be able to work from home or just work at a pace that's good for you. These are things you have to learn. That's business 101.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely brilliant, brilliant. Yeah, we'll definitely get into the back office and stuff. That would be great. We can always do that, in the next one. Whenever we got the time to do that, that would definitely be awesome. And so, yeah, I just wanted to let everybody know, some stuff about you today. But if you do have anything else, I don't know how much more time you have right now. I know it's been about an hour and 30 minutes. How much more time do you have?
I can have a little bit more time if you have any other questions or anything.
Oh, yeah, no, I always got questions. I just think of random things.
Chris is like, I always got, you know what? Chris does always have questions or something to say. There's never a dull moment that he's not saying something to me or having me thinking. I had a dumb moment with him the other day, and I was like, Come again, Chris? What?
Right. Yeah. So, anyways, I did want to talk a little bit about the posting. I do see there's always something different on there for everybody, you know what I mean? Everyone go give her a follow, subscribe to her Facebook and stuff like that. And her other channels too as well. She's got the YouTube Twisted C podcast, right? Or Twisted C podcast. Is that what it's called on YouTube?
Yes, and honestly, we're about to do an episode 2. We're about to bring it back. It was on hold for a little bit, but we're about to bring it back. So y'all are going to be seeing that probably once a month.
Okay.
And we're going to be talking to random people, other people that y'all have not probably heard from before that I feel y'all need to hear from, because these are people that are doing stuff in life, and that have been where you have been, you know. So, and it's not just business talks, but it talks about everything. There's stuff that definitely needs to be addressed, and that's why I love my podcast, because it does do that. It addresses the uncomfortable, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember I went on there one time and you actually interviewed me. So it was opposite from this, me, you, and at the time. So yeah, it was definitely awesome. But I wanted to tell everybody, so if they do like to laugh and stuff too, they can catch some funny stuff on your page too as well, because you do post a variety of different types of stuff, not just one thing. So something might be entertainment, something might be funny or something like that. They always got something different to look at. So that's definitely great.
Well,
Shout
and I
out
was
to
gonna,
Sean Kilgore. Go ahead.
Chris, I was going to add on to that too. The thing about it that people have social media wrong, people want to stick to one niche, one thing. It's like,
Right.
oh, I sell this. That's what my page is going to be about. Or I draw all of this. I make art or whatever. That's
Yeah.
all it's going to be about. I'm telling you right now, your audience wants to see the vulnerable moments. They want to see those uncomfortable moments. They want you to take that mask off. They want to see family, what you do outside of business. They want to see different sides of you. So this is why my page is a prime example of that, because you never know what you're gonna get. Sometimes when I post a reel, I look back and I'm like, did I just post that? And I'm like, oh, I did. No deleting after that. No dirty deleting. You know, sometimes I surprise myself too. I have really, really fun with trending stuff. Or I get a thought in my head and I'm like, hey, let's just double down and do this. So having multiple things on your platforms, it really keeps your audience going. They never know what they're going to get. They never know what to expect. One moment you got them thinking one way, then you do a whole 360 or a whole 180 another way. So that's one thing I wanted to add in there, that my page, if you go and look at it, it's a prime example of what many things you can do with your page, that you can get it spruced up, you know? Yes, sometimes you're going to have a dead post. I call it a dud post. I'm going to correct it. Dud posts. Um, where
Like a
it's deader than a
firework
door,
that
where it's
doesn't
deader
go
than a
off.
doorknob, you know? And then there's going to
Yeah.
be other posts where, you're going to have a lot of interaction. People are going crazy and stuff like that. So pay attention to your audience, and also be supportive. Be supportive of people. If you don't give support to people, who's going to come give support to you? Your main supporters, right? But what about new supporters? They don't feel the love from you yet. They don't know you. Not unless they followed you. I get a lot of people that follow me off of my reels. I will tell you that now. I always get a notification, somebody followed you from your reel. Somebody followed you from your reel. Just, I get a lot of those all the time. So I will tell you, your content matters. Be teaching somebody something. Be speaking to them. Be giving them knowledge to take back with them. Um, it is okay to be vulnerable. There's a way of giving too much information, and there's also a thing called not giving enough. So stay
Right.
somewhere in between there. Let people know that you're human. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to get messy, but make sure you clean it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely very powerful. Sean Kilgore does have a question. He said, do y'all take guests on this show? Not this show particularly, but are we going to? Because I know we were talking about we may possibly be taking guests on the business talk show once we do roll that out. So we'll probably be taking some guests on there, right?
Yes, when we get more frequently and stuff, because we have some little kinks we're working out. When we
Yeah,
get, because Chris and I are very busy. We are very busy people. But I'll say we're very productive. Every day we're both doing something. We're not, we do have our relaxing time, but we do get up and go and grow at the same time. So
yeah.
yes, we will have an opportunity for guest speakers in the near future. So definitely send us a message if you're definitely interested. We will have times where we have guest speakers and all of that. That will be coming up. But right now, due to our busy schedule, we are trying to work out a couple of kinks and stuff. And once we have it and we got it, we are definitely open for guest speakers. So definitely shoot us a message because, like I said, we want to hear from y'all.
Most definitely. Yeah, Sean Kilgore said he'll be down here and there. So we'll be able to have him come on the podcast too as well. That would be dope.
All right,
Definitely.
awesome, Sean. Thank you.
Yeah, have you actually talked to Sean yet? I'm not sure if you guys actually networked yet, but
I have not. And
oh,
I know
okay.
on my end I can't see comments right now. So
Oh,
I'm like
wow.
I'm living in a blind eye, so only you're seeing them, Chris. But
Oh, I didn't realize that.
yeah, I'm not seeing them, but I know you're seeing them right now. So I know
Okay.
you're helping me out. I'm blind right now.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. Nisith, uh, Sanyel, Sanyel or something like that. Said nice live.
Thank
Not
you. Appreciate you.
really sure. I think I'm pretty sure that's on your page. And we love you too, Kim, too, as well. Yeah, one thing about Sean Kilgore, he's been actually a part of the family since the very beginning. In about 2011, he came on. He was one of the, he says, like one of the six members or something like that. So it was actually me when we actually formed Worldwide Collaboration. So it was me, my brother Mike Winchell, which is MW the Magnificent. We can actually say Mike Winchell, aka or aka MW the Magnificent, aka the Gift, aka or aka, however you say it. Kurt Cocaine is his other name, so he's got a couple different names. And my brother, and so then there was my brother Mikey, and then there was David Lingard, and then there was a goodie. So me and Mikey, we were basically the rappers, and we wanted to rap with everybody and do music with everybody. Because back in the day, in 2006, we that's all we did is we partied all day and we wanted to rap and record and stuff. But at the time, like the 2006 era, we didn't have no way to record and stuff. So we'll fast forward in 2011, when Worldwide Collaboration first started. It was me, my brother David Lingard, which he was the beat maker. We called him Little Drummer. His nickname was a Little Drummer too. And then there was D2, which he was the fast rapper. He rapped really fast. And then we also had A Goody, which he was the singer, the singer at the time. But we actually after that, then it's like it really started going and going and going from there. But that's when Sean Kilgore joined right after that, and then we established ourselves with Worldwide Collaboration or Worldwide Collab. However, it came to play. I like to tell people, I believe we named it Worldwide Collab first because we're like we need a name for ourselves. I'm like, how about Worldwide Collab? And then so we went for that with that for a little bit, and then about 2012 started calling it Worldwide Collaboration, merged Green International Entertainment into Worldwide Collaboration in 2012, and so like it just really blew up, and then eventually, and it was about everyone, everywhere, everything, and it didn't even matter about music or if you did music or not, and that's where it is now. Anyone that does anything. They don't even have to do anything, and they can still be a part of the family too as well. And
Yep.
so, yeah, everybody, make sure you go support Christina. She's always engaging with everybody. I actually go and I do engage with her and stuff whenever I can. And she's got so many nice friends and supporters and stuff on there. So I start adding them as my friends too and talking with them stuff. And they're really nice too as
Yeah.
well. Oh, we see you got some of the nicest people on your page and stuff engaging.
Yes, I will. I will honestly tell you that you will attract people that are like you, like-minded like you. So if you're really positive, you're really an outgoing person, you're fun and all of that, you're gonna grab that same sort of audience. You might meet some people along the way that are not always aligned like that, but it doesn't mean people can't change, right? So that's my thing. You know, when you definitely are looking for your people and all of that, it's all about what you post. I keep telling people if you post a lot of negative stuff, that's all you're going to attract is people that are like that. And that's not something you want on your page. So, like Chris said, he's like a lot of my supporters and followers and friends. They're very nice people. They really are. I have a lot of deep conversations with a lot of them in Messenger. I'm always, you know, answering people's messages and stuff like that. Yes, I do get busy. I can't answer everything in a day. Sometimes my text messages go unanswered, and that's not on purpose. I live a pretty busy lifestyle, right? And so I can't always answer every message, but when I do, um, I do. You know, I answer you to the fullest, right? So,
Mhm.
you know, and I always, you know, and I'm sorry if I ever can't get to everybody and stuff like that. I try my best, but Chris and I are always busy, you know, and so we do put business first. We do answer business and stuff. We do answer crises and stuff like that first, and all of that. But sometimes it just gets really, really busy. And when you're like a one-man show or a two-man show or something, or a little, you know, a little community show, but you don't, you know, you don't have like a whole lot of people, you know, working from home with you, helping you do stuff. Sometimes it can get, you know, chaotic and stuff like that. So, but
Oh yeah,
definitely check your pages, clean it up, clean it up.
yeah, yeah, definitely. I definitely agree. Sean Kilgore, he actually did bring a lot of people in. He was saying in the comments, he said he's 23 AN, so that's what he goes by is 23 AN, and he goes, if you know me by that name, and he said I did bring a lot of people in at the beginning too. Little Chill, Scars, Newbie, Z, Rob, Law, a bunch of people. I brought them in back then. Tell her to add me. Everyone always busy here, laugh out loud. Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So he was saying add them. Everyone's okay, that's the same one. What's up, family? Gino Pitts is in the building. Yeah,
Hey, what's up, Gino?
major shout outs, Gino Pitts. Much love to Sean Kilgore. Much love to Gino Pitts. Major shout outs. Yeah, everyone, make sure you go follow Christina Rodriguez. Support the channels. Make sure you go subscribe on the YouTube channels and stuff like that too, as well. Everybody follow everybody. That's what it's all about. You know, everybody supporting everybody. Because I always do say, because without you there is no worldwide collaboration. We are all stronger together. But that's why I invested into our actual logo, because I wanted all of us to be able to have a logo and something to represent. So with the logo, you know, if you want to rock it, you're more than welcome to rock it. Everybody's able to put the logo on stuff and sell it if they want. If someone wants to sell shirts, merch, whatever the case may be. So I know you actually did. Speaking of shirts and stuff, you actually had shirts. Yeah, we're gonna get into that, Christina. We're gonna get into that now.
Not him. You know what? I forgot all about it. Even though I have one of the cups, I forgot all about it till you just like called me out, Chris. Okay, let's go. Let's dive into it. Let's do this, Chris.
So, when actually did you first started getting into selling shirts?
So when I got into selling shirts, mugs, I'm about to show y'all. This is one of the creations from Twisted Tea Speaks
That
podcast. I have mugs, shirts, you name it, I got it and stuff. I started getting into that because I will give a shout out to Jimmy Gilbert. I think I said that right. Jimmy Gilbert from Texas. I want to give him a shout out because back then when my video went viral and stuff, he had given me a nickname. He gave me a nickname and it was Twisted C. So he's
Oh,
the one that came up with the Twisted C. Um, and after that, it just kind of took off. From there, I had definitely thought about it and thought about it. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, it's kind of sticking, it's kind of working. And so from that nickname, I was like, what if, I got into podcasting and got to talk to people from all over the world? So I'm kind of like collabing with somebody. We get into our own podcast, we do it for a little bit. Then I branch off on my own a little bit later. Well, this is where the mugs and all of that. Shout out to Jordan Ellenson, I think I said it. Also from Texas, Jordan
shout
Ellison.
out.
She created my mugs. I sent her what I wanted it to look like, how I wanted it to look like, and everything. And she was able to pull that off. So I do have mugs still on hand that have all that stuff on it. She did my shirts, all of that. Also, there's another lady that created the logo itself. She created it herself. She was from Philippines. So she from the Philippines. She definitely created it and everything, and I absolutely loved it. So from there, I had somebody create the name, the logo, and then had somebody pull this off. So definitely the mugs were a hit. They were definitely a hit. Shirts were good too and stuff, but the mugs were definitely a hit because who doesn't love a cup of coffee in a mug like that? And I still drink coffee out of these cups to this day. So that's how that name came about. That's how that podcast and everything came about. And that's where I started making stuff for my own brand and all of that. So that's the Twisted C collection, Twisted C brand. And you can always hear more about that later by messaging me and stuff. But like I said, I did a lot at the very beginning. So it's all about promoting yourself, putting things together. I had a lot of people working for me at the time. I had a lot of hands doing stuff and all of that. So some of those people I named, I did not get here alone. So shout out to both of y'all from Texas.
Oh yeah, definitely. Major shout outs to them. And so I'm trying to think now.
Well, and I want to put out there too that those two people are locally where I live. I'm not going to give out my location, but for those of y'all that know locally where I live, those two people are currently local. So, like I said, shout out to them. If you run into them, give them a good shout out because I couldn't have done it without either one of them. They're amazing people. They definitely have their own stuff going on as well. So, shout out to them.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Hats off to him. And my head does hurt, so I do gotta take my hat off for a second, anyways. But yeah, definitely hats off to them. Major shout outs. I did want to say, that was actually one of the questions. I can't believe I didn't ask you where you got your name from, but you answered that. Sometimes the question just slipped my mind, but um, so yeah, when I first heard Twisted C, first thing I thought of was Twisted Tea.
And honestly, that's how it started. Let me just go ahead and talk about the viral video.
Okay.
I know I try not to talk about it because that was one of my moments of living life and just not really listening. So I'm in the car, right? I'm not driving. For the record, I was not driving the car. If you know me, I wasn't driving. You know me, I'm not driving, okay? I was not driving while doing this. So I did have a friend. We're in the back roads and stuff like that, and driving around celebrating their birthday and stuff. Nowhere near anybody. The person's not drinking either that was driving. I
Mm-hmm.
love to sing. I'll be just sitting there singing randomly, whatever. I love a good country music and song. So I'm singing Morgan Wallen. If y'all know Morgan Wallen, shout out to Morgan Wallen because he's made some really good music over the years. But I really clung on to Morgan Wallen. I always had fun with his music and stuff, and he really is, such a fun person. So if you watch any of his stuff or follow him, he's cool. Um, but it was just funny because there was this song last night, I believe, that I was riding around singing and stuff like that. Well, we're celebrating my friend's birthday. So I'm drinking a twisted tea while we're doing this, and I'm singing that song. And so we're just doing it. I'm just having fun. Just had bought some stuff too. Just gonna have a good time. Heading we had a destination in mind that we were going and stuff like that, but it was just did it away from everybody. Nobody came to harm, nothing like that. I was not driving once again, but we were just having fun, in a back road and all that. Well, and that person that was with me was not drinking. They were not drinking and driving. So let's be clear about that. So we were just having fun and stuff. And so that video was the one that went viral. But also that's what, with me posting so much about the twisted teas and all of that, for a minute, that was the persona of my page, was literally that. It was literally that was going on. And so when one of my buddies locally had mentioned that, when they, said it under one of my posts, I thought about it and I'm like, hey, that kind of sticks. I kind of like that or whatever. So I just kind of took it on. And so from taking it on and all of that, like I said, it turned it into the Twisted C brand, Twisted C Speaks. That's where the podcast came from because that was me speaking from personal experience, from things that we normally don't address or talk about and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it turned into so much more. And I have so many, mugs and stuff like that, but it has the design and all of that. But that's truly where that name came from. Shout out to Jimmy. Like I said, that was where that came from. It was from him. He was quick, witty. He also does music and stuff like that too, and he's here locally. So definitely that's how it all got started. Like I said, it just takes one video to go viral and people to be like, whoa,
Yeah.
because you're doing something or thinking like somebody. You're doing something somebody wishes they just had the courage to just go out and have fun and be yourself. And now you're not going to see me doing that, right? We've all matured since then.
Yeah.
But obviously we all have fun outside of putting a camera on it. So I'm still that fun person and stuff like that, but we're just not that, we're not that broadcasty like we were, growing up. That was definitely from my, younger years. Cause I want to say that video was in 2022 ish to 2023 ish.
Mm-hmm.
And when you think about it, it's not too long ago, but also think about it. A lot can happen over the years, right?
Oh
So
yeah.
you grow up a lot each year. You really do. So there
Yeah.
really is a huge difference now, but then there isn't. You know what I mean? If you know, you know.
Right. 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 Did you ever see that shopping cart video with me when I was younger? I don't know if you ever did.
Was that the one where y'all put yourselves in it or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I saw that.
I wasn't in it, but yeah, it was on some we won't say the word, but you know what I mean. Some stuff not so grown up at the time.
I never
Um,
laughed so hard at that video. Like I thought my video was funny and I never met funny until I watched that video and was bawling my eyes out. I was like, no. I immediately thought of the guys that do those pranks and those daredevil
yeah,
stuff for a living.
yeah,
Y'all have all seen the Jack, I'm gonna
yeah,
say just the Jack, but the Jack movies and all that. So you
yeah.
know exactly what I'm talking about. So that reminded me of that, and I could not stop laughing for hours on end. I had to replay it a couple times, but I was like, y'all were the true live people just in another town that did the exact same thing. And
Mhm.
it was just funny. It was absolutely funny because it's something stupid any of us would have done or probably still would do. Just not broadcast it, right? And so
Yeah.
when you think about people's viral videos and stuff like that that goes viral, you look back and you're like, I'm proud of how I got here, but then I'm not that proud because why did it have to be that way? You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, I mean, it was really funny, but it didn't. It was like inspired from those people. That's why, like, at first we did call it that street crew, with the other words in front of it, and then we changed it to, the one that's almost similar to that word, but with a D. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna spell it out or nothing. You
yeah.
guys can message me or whatever, and then street crew, because that way it was a little more different than just taking their name, because we didn't want to take their name. We were just doing it for fun, you know what I mean? And it was definitely uh painful, because I did actually like sprain my hand. You can see in one of the videos, I'm like holding my hand out like that because I really did hurt it. I ran into the fence and like belly flopped into the fence and like did a flip somehow off of the fence. So it wasn't very smart, but I wasn't one of the ones in the shopping cart. I was
Yeah.
the one. I think it was one of the ones with no shirts, and I had like blondish red hair at the time. And the way the video starts out, "Monster." Actually, that song comes from Blake Selby, which is a worldwide collaboration member, and it's a heavy metal rap song called "Monster." And I never thought about it at the time, but we didn't actually use this song at the time. And then I added that song to it. And then, after so long, I'm like, wow, that song, it went perfectly with that video, because when I was like spazzing out and stuff, and then I did a flip over the bicycle rack right onto my back, and then like I was freaking out or whatever. Like, it was crazy. People have to watch it, but it was
Yes. You will have to watch it to understand. Also, too,
yeah.
I want to put out there,
Don't
don't
try it.
ever do any of these stunts. Do not ever do any of these stunts. When you do
Yeah.
stuff, it's at your own free will, but we're not recommending doing any of this stuff at all. We're not saying it's okay. We're
Mhm.
just only talking about the older versions of ourselves that
Oh yeah.
that we did some questionable acts, some questionable stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah, no, exactly. And that's what this conversation is about at this time is we all learn, you know what I mean? We learn, and then we realize, oh wow, like I can't believe I did that. Like, how am I even alive after all that? And some of these things are questionable, and you wonder like why you're still here and things like that. Like when I was younger, I literally crashed my bike so many different times. One time, we'll just run it real short here. One time, the tire fell off it, the chain fell off it. The tire was literally falling off the bike like somebody set me up. My bike literally just started falling apart. The handlebars were falling off it. Not at first, not until I started going down the hill, and it was unstable hill anyways, and I probably shouldn't have been going down that hill. Don't know what was wrong with teenagers, but teenagers will be teenagers. I was probably like 17 at the time, but um yeah, so anyways, like the handlebars started falling off, the seat started falling off, everything on the bike literally started falling apart. And I literally was this close. I don't know if you can really see, like an inch close from smashing my face off the basketball court. And I literally just missed it, and I hit my hands first, like that, like saved my face, because otherwise I would have got hurt. And like I was literally flipping and tumbling down the whole hill. And then this one other time is I was on the handlebars on my way to work, and I had my friend riding the bike. We hit a bump on the bottom of a different hill when we were going down, and I flew off like Superman, literally flying through the sky, like, wow, I can fly. Spread your wings, let's fly. All of a sudden, I skinned both of my legs, never hit my face. And then
Mm.
another time when I was a kid, I was really young. I think I might have been like maybe younger than 14 at this one other time. Um, I um I went face first into rocks, and I had to pick rocks out of my face. But all these different times, like I was so lucky. And then basically, so why I'm saying this is everything that I ever went through, it then also inspired me to create worldwide collaboration. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm here for a reason. I'm here for a better cause. I'm here for a greater cause. And it's not just about me, it's not just about you, it's about us. So let's all work together and support each other. And I try to get everybody to understand the message, but so that's
Well,
why
and
me and
also
Christina
too,
are working together.
Chris, don't mean to cut you off, but go ahead and show them how some other stuff, like what you're holding right now. Show them. Yeah, there's other stuff that he has. He was able to get created. So he took an image off of a photo and actually brought it a little bit to life by making one of these. So he has a lot of things, but this is what expanding looks like too. When you invest in yourself, he's got a lot going on over there.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, so actually, I mean, it all started with um I didn't quite have the official character logo at the time. This one member I invested, I paid a logo, bought a logo for like um trying to think, was it $50, $90, something like that. And it was just the head and the hands and the microphone. And it's actually somewhere around here. Might be on. It's probably on one of those keychains. Yeah, I think it is on one of those keychains. But you'll see the one with like it's the blue world, and he's got his hand like that up to his mouth, like you know what I mean, like holding the thing like that. And then he's got the microphone in the other hand, and it says worldwide collaboration. So that was not the first logo, but that one was the third official logo because the first logo was a gift. Somebody made that was a part of worldwide collaboration. They made it in like 2013 or something around there. They made the first official worldwide collaboration logo. Then so the second one, I wanted to do something like that, but I still wanted to use the original logo as memory. You know what I mean? Like I'll still put it on shirts, I'll still put it on keychains, and I do have a keychain of that finally. It's a little keychain, but I
I
finally
also wanted to read some of the comments real quick, Chris. I found out I got a way of reading the comments, so we're good.
okay.
Um, we got from Archiver's Corner. She said, very interesting. So she's loving what she hears. We got Ninja in the house. We got Ricky Ray. We got Young Tizzy. French Shiesty, much love. So
Awesome.
we got a couple more people in the house. Now that I can see comments, I can see some stuff on here. So I apologize. I couldn't figure out before. I'm used to it popping up and stuff. So shout out to anybody that was commenting before. Sorry I couldn't see it, but now I can. Now it's popping up for me. But and like Young Tizzy said, if y'all need a manager and all of that, definitely hit him up. He's definitely available. You can definitely get with him for details and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Major shout outs to Tizzy, Young Tizzy, Ninja, the big ninja. Also, I don't know if I shouted out Bobby Hills. I think I did, but yeah, major
Yes.
shout outs to Bobby Hills, Young Tizzy, the whole quality music management, a part of worldwide collaboration too as well. I mean, yeah, shout outs to everybody watching and tuning in. So like I was saying, is with the logo. Um, I got the second one made, which was because the second one I actually invested $95, and I actually do remember it. It was going around for a while. It's basically a similar image of the first one, but it's more like galaxy colors. And then you'll actually see that on the wall too as a smaller necklace up there. It's on there on the wall. There's a lot of stuff on the wall if I move out of the way, but the whole wall is covered with all kinds of stuff up there. For I call it like the Hall of Fame. Um,
There you go, the Hall of Fame. I feel
yeah.
like I'm similar, Chris, because I like to hang stuff up on my wall too. From the companies that I've joined or stuff like that, I've got their hats along the wall, and stuff like that too. And also, from my Twisted Sea eras and stuff like that. I also have, like a sign for that. I usually use it as like what do you call it, a memoir or something or whatever, just to kind of show appreciation to things that matter to you, right? Things that, you've come to love, come to support, come to be a part of and stuff. And so I love how Chris does as well, but I do mine similar as well. Young
Awesome.
Tizzy said, thanks, love you the best, added official worldwide collaboration. Thank you, Young Tizzy.
Oh yeah, yeah. Much love, family. We love you too over here, Ninja. You know what I mean? The whole family, the whole squad, the whole mafia. We do got mafias that are part of the family. Not like bad mafias, but different movements and record labels and everyone coming together. Well, you know what the police say? The police say if it's more than 12 people in a group or something, it's a gang. You know how that goes, but we're not a gang. We are a family. We're a movement. He also said, "Me and you got work this year, Christina Rodriguez. Also, you and Chris, or not Christina, you and Young Tizzy got some work to do. That's what's up.
Hold on,
Awesome.
let me see. Hold on. Oh, me and you got work this year, Christine. Okay, I got you. I got you, Young Tizzy.
Major shout outs to the family, day to day podcast, Hot
Post
Straight,
Gray.
Gray in the building. Much love. We love and appreciate you guys so much. I'm so sorry with what happened recently. But they do have the day to day podcast tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So that's going to be 8 p.m. Central, then, right? I believe. Because
Chris, make sure you
tell
Chris,
me.
make sure you send it to me.
Okay, I will
Send
definitely.
it to me in
Inbox
Messenger.
it. It's up there. He said, "Yeah, inbox him." Yeah, I got you. I'll definitely send it to you. And so, anyways, with the whole logo and everything, um, so the third logo, and then the fourth logo, which was the one that you see on everything. Like he's literally, that's the banner over there. Got him on the rug, on the rugs. Like I actually do have the rugs. You know what I mean? And
Chris,
that's
Chris, you live by your logo.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I got the
I
logo.
always say that. He lives by his logo. Literally, literally.
I got it on, everything.
Everything.
My phone case. My let me see. Here's my wallet. I got it on the Christmas hat, my Christmas stocking. The logo is on everything.
I'm telling you what, you truly have to be in love with your brand and your logos and stuff. That's why I say there's not a day I'm not drinking my coffee out of my own cup. You know what I mean? You have to inspire yourself too, from yourself. You know what I mean? And so when you're living by the logo and stuff, you're living it. You're using it. It becomes a thing. It becomes real. So Chris and I are definitions of that because we do. If you were to open up my cabinet, you're going to find these in there. You're going to find them in there. I still currently use them to this day. So, and
Yeah.
Chris is the same way. Chris lives by his too as well. He has a bunch of stuff. And like I was talking about Chris earlier when you were on a little mini break, I was talking about how you went to a theme park and was like handing stuff out and all of
Oh
that.
yeah.
And we won't talk about that full experience, but he was doing stuff like that. He was giving stuff out for free. Not everything are you charging everybody for. Sometimes it takes you getting your stuff around and just handing stuff out. That's what I do a lot of times too. So sometimes in order to grow your business and stuff like that, you have to be willing to take an L if you need to, but at least trying and failing means you're more prone to success than not trying at all and not having that chance to fail or to achieve, whatever goals you have. Um, Host Gray said that's how you do it, Chris.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, so that video, those are the ones that are on the whole day-to-day podcast video. They made it for me. I definitely love playing that video all the time too as well.
I
Yeah,
got I got the chance. I got to see it earlier. I love that. I'm telling you what, when people can shout people out and stuff like that, I think that's really good too. Because like I said, it builds on that connection. And when you're talking on business one on one, you have to have that connection with your viewers, your audience, with your coworkers, the people you're working with, and stuff like that. As Chris and I couldn't do all of this if we didn't have that connection. If we weren't on the same level. I was just talking about it yesterday. When I referred back to sitting on a cactus. Everybody can sit at my table, but if some of y'all are gonna answer, you're gonna sit on a cactus first. And Chris and I
mhm.
have that connection because back when I presented that to Chris, at first he's like, "What?" But we both laughed. We had a good time, but he understands where I come from. I understand where he comes from, and we built a connection based off of that, and that's how we've been able to stay connected. It's not all about just making money. It's actually true friendships, being really supportive, especially in people's weaker moments too, their weaker times as well. And
Mhm.
looking back on the comments, you got Host Gray. You like the new song, Chris?
Yeah, I
David
love
Litt.
that song. They talked about day-to-day podcast in it, and a lot of powerful stuff in there. It's a really amazing song. You can catch it on the day-to-day podcast. I'm sure they'll send it to me. I gotta put that on the radio too, guys. Yeah, just send it to me. I'll send you my email. I'm gonna put it on the Worldwide Collaboration Radio. It's does say worldwide collaboration in it too as well. You definitely got to hear it. It's amazing. They did such amazing job.
And then
Major
David
shout out
Littman
to
said, "Let's go." And yes, agree, Christina Host Gray. Sorry.
Oh no, no, you're good. You don't have to apologize. Yeah, major shouts to Dr. Dink. She also said, "Yeah, I'll send it to you." Awesome, awesome. Yeah. So another thing is like you said, you gotta really love it and everything. One thing I always said was live it or rep it, live it, be it. I always went by that, motto as a part of worldwide collaboration. Rep it, live it, be it. And I don't know what took me so long, but the end of 2025, I think it was it the end of 2025? I think I'm not really sure. But then I was like, you know what? I gotta rep it. I mean, I do rep it. I mean, I always got it on my wristband. I always have something on worldwide collaboration, but I mean, I am the founder, so why not tat it? Rep it, live it,
Oh
be it,
yes.
tat it.
Yes, you did do that at the end of last year, and then
Okay.
got other people that wanted to do it as well. So I mean, there's things you can do, like you said, rep it. Some of us, rep it. Because it's not saying that's all we are, but it's
Mhm.
honestly saying that, hey, this is what I do. I love doing it. I don't care if somebody doesn't like me for doing it or doesn't like me because I do it or thinks it's, dumb, stupid, whatever. Um, your dreams are not stupid to you. They're your goals and ambitions. They're not dumb. They're meant for you, not meant for others to be able to see. The vision is meant for you. It's tailored to you. And so with Chris's vision, some people might look and laugh. And me, I know what all went into that vision. I know all what goes on with that vision. I know how successful it's been. And I don't laugh. I applaud because I know the difference. I see the
Yeah.
difference in everything that Chris has done and all of that. Young Tizzy's like, great show, y'all. Thank you, Young Tizzy. That's
Thank
all I
you.
wear is my brands and others on the team. And Young Tizzy, that's a good thing too, because
Perfect
just like
example.
Young Tizzy said, when you're showing support, you want to rep the people you support. You want to rep their stuff too. I don't know how many times I've bought something from somebody else so I could enjoy it, so I could also rep them, put money in their pocket, support them in some sort of way. It doesn't even have to be you spending money. You just sharing. Like if you just shared out this live, or if you just left comments on it, if you just reacted to it, if you message us afterwards and want to do a collaboration, all of that makes a difference. It leads up to somebody's success, and you're helping that make it happen. So when you're more supportive, people are more supportive too. And I think that's a plus. Like Ricky Ray says, worldwide collaboration. But I think that's such a huge plus when you're looking at stuff like that. That's business one-on-one, is to be supportive. You're not just repping yourself and what you got going on, but you're repping other people too. Because the more you're putting love out there and showing love out there in this world, the more it's going to come back to you tenfold every single time, you know?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I agree. And one of the things too, I remember you talking about this yesterday. You said, we are all one. You know what I mean? And I know, that's one thing that I always go by, is I always say we are one, we are stronger together, and everything like that. But I actually, back in the day, I never looked at it that there was this song called "We Are the World," but even though it's out there, I have always been saying "We Are the World," and then once I found out, I switched it up to "We Are the World Together" because I wasn't trying to take it, and I didn't realize it was out there. But that's actually a very long, powerful song with Michael Jackson and many others all coming together and saying "We are the world." We are the world, and it's very powerful. I love that song so much,
Well,
and
and Chris,
it's
Chris,
just
another thing too, not to cut you off, but another thing too is we see this multiple times in the communities. Like when the Stand Up to Cancer, I want to give a shout out to them because that's something with my birthday every year. I help to do donations with that. I
mhm.
do the deal on Facebook. Whatever proceeds y'all do for that birthday, it goes directly to them. And so
Oh,
I
that's
love Stand Up to
awesome.
Cancer because that's another big one when they did their song back then, Miley Cyrus, Carrie Underwood, all of those people, Mary J. Blige, all of those. When they did all of that, and then they do that every year, they're singing together, doing all that stuff. What is that? That's a collaboration. That's them coming together for a purpose for that night. And you see it a lot. And so that's very similar. Any of y'all have ever watched Disney movies growing up? Anybody ever watch Disney movies? So when you watch
Mhm.
Disney movies, a lot of them, if you pay close attention, they send you a message.
Oh
They
yeah,
give you a message. If you've ever seen The Lion King, what is that? A circle of life that talks about coming together as one, that talks about how you're born, what happens, and where we all go back to, right? And so you
yeah,
learn a lot in these Disney movies. You learn a lot. So, and a lot of stuff that you're seeing, you may not know it at the time, but this is stuff that was shown to you at such a young age, and it's stuff that we're just now trying to grasp the concept on, or some people still don't. So I wanted to throw that out there to add on to, the song that you were talking about. You see it so many more times before then with other stuff. It's just whether or not it's clicking for anybody. But when it truly does click for you, then you really come to understand it,
yeah, yeah. I think it's really crazy because, like I said, I never knew about it. I never knew about the song or anything. And I've been posting "We Are the World" for years, and then I find a song, and I'm like, wow, this aligns perfect with the whole vision and everything like that. So, I have the big banner right here going across the whole wall. It's really hard to, because my camera is broken, but it's up there,
And I love that one too. I love that one. I love it.
it says "We are the world, everyone, everywhere, everything," and become a part of us, and then it shows the website and stuff like that.
I love it. That was such a good sign. I'll never forget the day Chris showed me that, and I was like, "That is rad." I was like, "I absolutely love that because it has that message that he wanted to send out there to the world." So, and I even have a message that I put with my stuff too. Like I just shared it the other day, but it was like, I didn't choose this brand. This brand chose me. Talking about Twisted Sea. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
I didn't sign up for that. It just happened. The day that it happened, it was like, I inspired inspired other people to go out and live their life. Live their life, even if it looked ugly to other people and it didn't look like I was at my best. Live my life, live it in that moment, and become something more. And so now that's my little thing. I'm like, I didn't choose this brand. This brand chose me. You know, Twisted Sea chose me. And also, too, the change make a difference. You know, that's a hashtag I use quite a bit. When y'all see me use the swirl. If anybody knows that little star asterisk, that's what the star asterisk is for. That was
Oh,
always something I would put at the end of when I would send a message back or different stuff like that. A lot of people knew me by that, you know. So a lot of that would go after a message was sent or something like that. Or sometimes when I send emails out and they're due to worldwide collaboration or certain business or other stuff, sometimes you'll see that at the end or whatever, because that's just my way of, you know, saying that's, you know, it's given, it's making that difference, that change and all of that. It's that movement. It doesn't go away from you. It doesn't go away at all and
yeah.
stuff. So, you know, if you have that dream and you want to, you know, make it something more, continue that movement. You know, it doesn't matter who you grab. It doesn't matter who your supporters are.
Major shouts to
Bobby
Bobby
Hills is
Hills.
like, that's dope. Bobby Hills, what up, Nutty Birds?
Oh yeah, major shouts to Nutty Birds family too as well. Leah, thank you for the highlight. Truly appreciate it. Is that how you pronounce it, Leah? Or the Laya,
Leah, I think.
Layla?
There's a lot of
Oh,
tags
okay.
going on. Thank you, young Tizzy. Y'all are going.
Yeah, made a shout out to Young Tizzy. Truly appreciate it. No, we're not playing music right now. We're just having a talkathon. That's what we call it. Yeah, so yeah, it's all amazing, you know what I mean? There's just so much stuff with everything like that. And then oh yeah, major shout outs to Huey P. Newton, like I was talking about with the logo. The logo is the fourth official logo. And then I showed him I actually remade the third logo and I put legs on it. I found like legs and arms and I put legs and arms on it. And it was like a 2D design, you know what I mean? It did look really dope. And then I'm like, hey, bro, bring this to life. Like, make him look like he's real. You know what I mean? And then that's when he actually made the official logo right here we see every day. And now, like, the logo, you know, it may have started out as the vision because that's exactly how I wanted it was the vision. And then it became the logo. Then he became the icon. And now everybody can go follow him right now. Everybody, please go follow Grandmaster WWC. He's got his own fan page, and you can go support him. But
Oh, the Leah just said it's nutty. They hacked my name, so it's nutty.
oh
Um,
wow,
he said, B Hills, what's up? Young Tizzy, book yourself on the B Hills stream ASAP. So, yeah, Young Tizzy, I tried to pin your comment, but it wasn't working out. So, Chris, can you, uh,
pin
can
it.
you pin his comment?
Yeah, 1 second. Let me
I tried
see.
to do it from my end, but
We
I
love
couldn't
you,
do it.
Nutty Birds. I'm so sorry to hear that. What comment was it that he said? Go follow his
No,
artist.
the book yourself on the B Hills stream ASAP.
Book yourself on a B Hill stream ASAP. There you
There you
go.
go, Young
There
Tizzy,
you
for
go.
you. Book yourself on the B Hill stream ASAP. Bobby is really, really good with
Oh
his.
yeah.
Sorry, I'm adjusting over here.
We need a
With
little
his
worldwide collaboration.
talk show, his music and stuff. I think I had the I believe I had the honor of being able to interview him too when we talked about mental health back then. That is still on my YouTube channel, I believe. So definitely go have a listen to that. That was one of my best interviews, that we really got to get down to the nitty and gritty of mental health and really got to go over everything. And this has to do with business too. Your mental health is so important too. So make sure that you have yourself in check when you're ready to go and throughout the process and all of that, because you're only going to you know, produce based off of how you look and feel inside and out. You know what I mean? So make
Yeah.
yourself presentable from the inside and out. And so you can go and check that out on my YouTube channel as well.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah, definitely,
you're
definitely.
so welcome, young Tizzy. Always.
Um, and so it was the Young Tizzy, or not Young Tizzy, sorry. It was you and Bobby Hills, right? I think that interview might be on the Worldwide Collaboration YouTube too. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
I
So
think
it definitely is on my page though, so y'all can definitely go back because I also did interviews with a couple of others too that you're gonna want to learn and brush up on some music history. You're definitely gonna want to listen into some of the other ones. There was one point we did some makeup tutorials. We talked about makeup and beauty. Other ones we interviewed quite a few other people on there. So, and there's going to be more interviews, more talks, and all of that placed on there as well. So if you are interested in the Twist to See Speaks podcast, you can definitely send me a message. We are starting to book. We're hopefully going to book pretty soon, and all of that. So definitely message me and all of that. I will say it is not a whole big music platform and all of that, but we are here to have like a whole bunch of other talks, spread awareness, all that other good stuff. So we're definitely down to chat, kick back, grab a cup of coffee, grab any beverage, and go to work. You know what I mean? I'm about to read the comments too. Young
okay.
Tizzy says, thanks. We only here to give the world the best of us. Quality Music Management, LLC. Follow the page. Jamal Jennings. Jamal, it's not my birthday. I can't get the comment off of here until I go on the page. That comment has always stuck with me from the first time I did my podcast. So it will not get off of my page. I cannot get it off. I don't know how to get it off unless I'm deleting the comment. But every live starts out with, it's my birthday and we're celebrating my podcast date. I don't know how that came about. I probably need to
I I can help you.
message. You can help me with that. Okay, because I don't know how to permanently get that to stop doing the lives. And then Young Tizzy says, yeah, I want an interview from you ASAP. Bet, Young Tizzy, bet on it.
Did you interview Dr. Dank too before?
Yes, and that was
Okay.
another one I love talking. Another person I love talking to was Dr. Dang because I bought coffee and tea from him, and I love that stuff. And it was supporting worldwide collaboration. It was supporting him. I absolutely love Dr. Dank. He's really nifty, crafty, and all of that too. It was really good being able to speak to him and talk to him as well. Also, a hair trigger. Shout out to Hair Trigger being able to talk to him as well, learn a little bit more about music and all of that too. I had a couple of others too. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I know there's one other I need to shout out, and it's like my mind's going blank.
I
He
know
was
you interviewed me for a little bit, but we'll probably have to
yes,
do a recap or something of it
yeah, I
eventually.
definitely. Oh yeah, because I've got harder questions for you now. You have me thinking today, so it's only right I
Well,
have you
good,
thinking next time.
good, good.
I really had to do some thinking on some of these, so and I had to be really quick. I just want to let y'all know, for the record, we don't see each other's questions or anything beforehand. We go into this rogue, so everything is off the top, literally, and from personal experience. And a lot of times I will plan ahead for other lives, but this one here, Chris and I, we're going with the flow, and that's what's good about the business talk is that we're all going with the flow. We don't know what y'all are going to say. Y'all don't know what we're going to say. We don't know what each other's going to say, you know?
Yeah,
But we're here for it, right? So
yeah.
yeah, I know there's somebody else I need to remember, and I just can't think of the name. It's a history of music. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank, and I hate that. Uh, Solid
Yeah.
Ties, uh,
Oh, okay.
aka I'm going blank. Help me out, Chris.
I can't think of the name either.
Oh my gosh, if he ever watches this later, he's going to hate me. So I apologize in advance. There's just so many people I've interviewed
Hmm.
over time. So the list goes on and on. But I apologize. But he goes by Solid Ties to his Facebook page. So we're going to figure it out later and I'm going to apologize.
G
Um,
Man was a G Man.
yes, Yes,
Thank,
Ricky.
thank you,
G-Man.
Ninja.
Thank you, Ricky. Ricky, you're my savior. I apologize
Did you know
for
that's
my mind
Ninja?
going blank. I remembered Solid Ties being, one of the pages, but I was like, G-Man. Got to give a shout out to G-Man on here. Got to give credit where it's due because he did have a lot of that music history, how hip hop was actually, where it actually came from,
Yeah,
due to
how hip
G-Man
hop was
himself
coined.
and all of that. So you can definitely go back and look at all of those lives on my podcast page because you need to brush up on some knowledge, understand a little bit, and then move forward from there. But thank you, Ricky, for letting me know because I don't know why it went blank.
I
But
didn't know him by
I
Solid
know there's
Ties.
somebody else I got to give a shout out to because that was the man of the hour. Really
Yeah,
had a really good talk with him too. Really enjoyed having a conversation with him. So
yeah,
yes,
made a shout out
thank
to
you for that.
G-Man.
Yes,
And did you know that Ricky is Ninja too? That
yes he put that on there.
oh, okay, he did.
I should have just said ninja.
Yeah, Ricky, hey nails, Ninja, whatever you want
Ninja,
to
you
call
gotta stop doing it to me. Stop with the
Mr.
adding
Off the
on the
Grid.
extra. I'm so but thank you, Ninja, for being able to remind me because I was like, I know it's on the tip of my tongue. I
Yeah,
usually right away can just spit it out and stuff. But yes, I really enjoyed having conversations with all of those people. Definitely got to. Ninja, did I interview you too? Did I interview you, Ninja?
I think so.
I think I did.
I think you might have. I know you were interviewing
I'm
a lot
pretty
of
sure I
people.
did, or either that I was on the Off the Grid podcast and we enjoyed having a good time talking. But Ninja was another one that was good to talk to too.
He's putting a laughing
Ninja
face.
is so creative as well and stuff. Let me see.
Yeah, he's putting a laughing
He's
faces
laughing
now.
so hard. I cannot with you. I cannot with you.
He said, "Yeah." So you did interview him.
Okay, I thought I did
I
because
thought so.
I remember a lot of y'all. I had so many good conversations and I learned so much and stuff. And
Yes, you did.
now for 2026, we're definitely booking interviews and stuff like that. And I want to hear from new people. If I haven't heard from you, that's who I want. I don't care what you do. I want to hear from you because I want to have some conversations. We want to talk business. We want to hear about different things. It's not all about one niche or anything. We want to know what works for you. What
Right.
makes you you, how you got started, and all of that. And
What
like I
makes you
said, we
mad?
just don't even have to come prepared. Come to sit down and just relax, have a nice good talk and stuff like that. The floor is always open to each and every single one of y'all. So definitely
Yeah.
message myself or Chris. We need a new interview. I have a magazine coming out soon. Yes. So Ninja,
Oh
I heard
yeah.
about your magazine. We're not going to deliver all the details here because we're going to save that for the interview. But Ninja, I
Right.
have seen. I love it. I love it already. I won't spoil anything. I'll let you spoil that yourself when you make an appearance and stuff. But yes, I've seen it. I love it. I'm ready for it. Like yes, it's doing.
We'll
I've
have
seen
you
it.
guys come on our new show too. Me and Christina's show and talk on there.
Definitely, because
That'll
Ninja,
be great.
I've got to know, have you done it for so long? Ninja is somebody that if you had ever followed on TikTok, then you know. If you know, you know. You know what I mean? Talk about videos too. Ninja was one of those too. He made some really good content and stuff. So
Oh yeah, he's really
there's
good.
quite a few people to watch for 2026. Watching some people on a come up. I hope to have that list ready pretty soon as well because we're going to deliver that list live on here as well of people to watch in 2026. That list can change over time, but we want to deliver the 2026 watch that has caught Chris's and I has caught our eyes for quite some time of people to watch in 2026 for the come up.
Oh yeah. And when you were saying some of the questions from the people, like you asking them questions, I was saying, yeah, and what makes you mad? Did you hear that part?
No, did you just now ask me that?
Yeah, I
Oh,
was
what
joking around.
Well, Chris, I could not ever tell that one. You can be vulnerable, but to an extent. I'll never elaborate on that one. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
Chris likes to push some buttons sometimes. He ain't got there yet, so Chris, you ain't made it happen yet. So,
yeah,
but Chris likes to play around over there. But no, yeah, no, Chris is random though with his questions for real. I love it
oh
though. I
yeah.
love it because it makes me think and it challenges me. So it's really good. It's really good.
Yeah, and like you were saying, is like we don't write nothing down. Like there's many people that will like they tell me to write questions down, and then I'm like, that's not authentic. You know what I mean? I thought about it, and looking up Chat GPT and getting questions ready, and writing them out and stuff. But no, I rather just freestyle it, whatever comes to my head, whatever comes to my head. You know what I mean? That's just how it is if someone wants to interview because I just want to be authentic and sometimes I might think what I'm gonna say, so it might take me a minute, might ramble off about something else so I can try to think about what I was gonna say before or something
Also,
like
also, Chris, we're gonna need to have a business talk after dark.
yeah,
We're
definitely.
gonna need to we're gonna need to go live at some point after dark hours because we're gonna open the floor to everything during that hour and stuff. So that's something to
Okay.
look forward to because I think when we talk about not just business talk, but when you talk about a lot of stuff. I think there's certain stuff that we deal with in the economy and in general that you just need to address. After hours and stuff like that. Open up the floor, to everybody and all of that. So
Yeah.
I think that'll be a good thing too to open up the floor to everybody. That means we could all be chatting live on here, and
I
having
think
those
he
after
made him
dark
mad because
hours.
now he wasn't facing the camera. There he goes.
I
Don't
seen
get
him
made
wobbling
mad.
earlier.
Huh?
I said I seen him wobbling earlier. I thought you
Yeah,
were already gonna face him.
he starts getting mad if you start talking about me.
Don't go there, Chris. No, don't go there. Don't go there with that. I'm sick of it already.
Yeah, so I mean we can get back to the business talk. Um so what's the best product right now with your business that you have?
Though the best product. Ooh, I knew you were gonna eventually ask that because I knew you asked that about the last one. So,
Yeah.
I would have to say my Infuse. I would have to say the Infuse Inner Skin Treatment Infuse HA um, is one of the best things right now because I can take it with me on the go. It comes in packets. I can also have it in a powder form in my jar, scoop it up. I can put it in my coffee. It's a water charger. I can put it in my coffee. I can put it in any of my drinks and stuff. I can mix it with my Clean Energy from Beauty Society, and I can put it together in a drink less than 30 minutes. And so you can it does a lot for you. It does a lot for your skin. It's like skincare from the inside out, and I really really love that. And it has many flavors or has no flavor at all. There's so much
Oh,
to choose from, but I'll have to say that one is the one that really gets me going. I feel like that's the one that it just kind of stuck with me because I love to drink coffee. I love to drink stuff that's going to help me and get me through the day and all of that, and being able to add that to whatever. I think that's really really good. So I will say that one is, and for those of y'all that are watching too, if you want to later shop my link or join for $1, I will also leave the link in the comments too for you to snag, or you can even privately message me, especially if you want to know more about the opportunity or you caught us late or haven't caught the
go get
replay.
it.
You can definitely message me and all of that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I guess I should have reworded the question a little different. I what I meant was like, what's the hottest thing out right now that everyone's buying that's flying off the shelves?
We have a hot list. We really do have a hot
You've
list.
got a hot list.
Yeah, so we're gonna start with the Infuse.
Okay.
The infuse is a must. I will say the clean energy is one. Um, I will say,
Clean energy.
yep, because natural clean energy. I will say, the lash influencer. The lash influencer is another one.
Yeah.
Um, I will say the revival. I'll say the revival's a hit. I will say drama free. Drama free. I get a lot of questions about the drama free, and I get a lot of people wanting that.
I wonder why. Listen to the name. Everybody wants drama free.
You know what? That's got to be why they keep showing up for that one, is because they want to live a drama free life. And what's not to love about drama free? The product itself, you know?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
and honestly, why some of those are hits, it's because you can put them on subscription, and stuff like that too. And some of them are the product of the month as well. And not only that, it's skincare and
Yeah.
wellness. Those are big hits nowadays. Not a whole lot of people are like makeup. But upgrade is our number one upgrade for your under eyes, because it's caffeinated. It's
And
a
you're
caffeinated botanical eye cream.
upgrading
Um,
yourself.
the perfect form. It's a heavy moisturizer. That's why
Becoming
that
the
one is
perfect
one.
form.
Crystal Ball is one because it's a microderm scrub. You can exfoliate with it all over your body. Like I said, the
Upgrade
revival.
to the perfect form and live the drama free life.
Exactly. That's if you're looking into the crystal ball. You know what I mean? That's the
Yeah.
vision you see for yourself. We got
Yeah.
this. We got this, Chris. We're turning this into a story. You're so funny. And then we have mission accomplished. So for
Oh,
when you're
that's
done.
great. Now your mission is accomplished after you upgrade and live the drama free life. Looking
Yeah,
into the
so you know
crystal
what I
ball.
mean? You're upgrading your life. You've got the perfect form, the perfect formula. After looking into your crystal ball and you're reviving yourself, it's a revival, and then your mission is accomplished. And then
Yeah,
also,
that's amazing.
liquid luxury. You're living that liquid luxury life. It's really great. A lipid repair oil. So, and those
Wow.
are not only that, we've got the Perfect 10 liquid foundation. Uh,
Everybody wants to be the perfect 10.
can't go wrong. Then you have the Worth It lip plumper, because you are worth it. I love it. I really
Oh,
love it.
yeah, they're all motivational.
They're all motivational. That's what I love, and this is what I love about Chris. We can
That is
joke around, we can have
awesome.
fun and stuff, but they are all motivational products to add to your life. Not only that, it's a bunch of skincare. You got some wellness in there too. So those are some really really good ones. I mean, you definitely can't go wrong with any of those. So
Yeah, live the drama free life.
that definitely answers your question, Chris.
Yeah, that is awesome. That's very cool. Yeah, I actually never knew that. But you know what's really funny? As soon as you started talking about drama free, worldwide collaboration, drama free popcorn. like, like we
Yeah,
need
and
some
then
worldwide
Chris,
collaboration, drama free
and we're
popcorn.
gonna see it flying around when it's not in the drama free zone. We're gonna see the popcorn flying around, Chris.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, I'm sure, definitely.
Chris,
Yeah,
my phone
that's
is
good.
definitely dying right now, man.
Okay,
I'm at 20%.
okay, yeah, we overdid it anyways. We broke the
Hey, but we
internet.
had fun though. It's definitely great to come
Oh
on
yeah,
here and talk with everybody, especially everybody that had a chance to come on live, say their piece and all of that. That's what we want. is to be able to open up the floor to y'all, hear back from y'all as well. So thank you, Chris, for having me on as always.
And thank
Thank you
you
for
to you
sharing this
too.
opportunity with me. There's never a day we don't go talking. Definitely have been one of the best moments of 2023 all the way through now. So thank you for having me. Thank you for everybody that actually got on here. If you're watching the replay back, hashtag replay, let us know what you
Hashtag
think.
replay.
If you want to see yourself on here too, definitely send either one of us a message. Also, too, anytime you see the red in the top corner, that means we're live and you can talk to us live. You can ask questions, get them answered, or if you have something to say, definitely speak out. We appreciate everybody coming on here. Major shout outs to everybody. And thank you, Chris, again for having me. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Truly appreciate it. Thank you for having me too as well. And have an amazing day. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. And until next time, we're going out of here. Peace out, everybody. Salute.
Hello, worldwide collaboration.